and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. I'm Little Red Dot. Not Will, but he's here somewhere in the ethereal place that is known as the Encounter Roleplay Network. He's checking us out today, as well as all of you viewers, which we are so excited because it is, of course, a finale episode. But before we get too deep into the finale of the Trials of Bhaal, let's actually go around to cast and crew and figure out who is with us today. So let's start with Madam Gandalf. How are you today?
I am awake, and that is a start. But yeah, I'm doing well overall. It's been a really fantastic week, and so I'm excited to find out how many times I might die today, and whether it will be a TPK once and for all when it comes to the Trials of Bhaal. I didn't really mean for that to half-assly rhyme, but there we go. It did.
It's okay. What better way to start a meat grinder episode than with a little rhyme? Just seems so appropriate.
Oh yeah.
And who are you playing today, Madam Gandalf?
Today I will be playing, as per usual, the vain, the outspoken, the incredibly irreverent Ari. She has been growing quite a bit during her ball play, and it's been quite a journey to see her go from super self-absorbed and super self-involved to actually kind of caring and trying to help some people.
She's also a mother. Now.
Several times over, apparently, as well.
That's actually true. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, along with Ari, we also have Pangalactic, who plays Derek. How are you today, man?
I'm really good. I'm really excited for the finale. This has been cool. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I will be doing my best.
I want to roll some dice. Like, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Yeah. I'll be playing Darak, the dwarven, not half-elven, as I said last week, cleric, who, it's been cool. I've learned a lot about him over the last few weeks that I didn't expect at all. He's also a mother. We'll see how that comes into play tonight.
Also a
it's
true
going to be
story.
fun, I can't wait. True story.
That's also a true story. That is also a true story. Awesome. And Anthony, how are you today?
Pretty good. Looking forward to this. I'm playing.
We're excited to have you.
Thank you. I am playing Edward, the half-elf monk, and he's looking for expanding his knowledge.
Well, that will happen today, sir. Well, it's all about learning. Today is all about learning. And J.W. Ross.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Really, really nervous. But we'll see what happens.
Well,
and
I was gonna say there's no need to be nervous, but no, Bhaal is in his final phases of there's no reason to be nervous.
Yeah, I'm playing Elmaris, the Furbolg paladin, and he is lawful evil, unlike most Furbolg, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does and what he gets up to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually interested. I'll go back around here because I got to know these characters. How, in fact, did you end up on Bhaal's last day in his dominion, dead? It's really unfortunate. And Techno Nomadic, how are you?
Oh, we're doing pretty darn good. A nice hot day out here and have to have the AC off. All the wonderful things we do to make sure it's good for streams.
Well, you nailed it. You nailed it. So who are you playing today for the game?
Bhavik Skyfist is a Goliath monk, and his last memory was being in a warehouse and suddenly having black tentacles erupt through the floorboard, dragging him down into the water underneath, because apparently the warehouse is on the dock, and drowning.
That is one way to do it. That is one way to do it. Well, we're excited that you're here, and I can't wait to meet this Goliath. And last but certainly not least, Agent Wow.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right. I have never been on a D&D session of this, like, professional, really. So it's really exciting for me.
Well, the good news is I'm really not a professional.
You're about as professional as I've seen anyway.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have you. What character are you playing today?
I am playing Aurelaran Amakir, the third monk of this little group here. Not half-elf, but a full high-elf. And he grew up at his temple where he learned to be a monk. He didn't really like it that much. They always were all about always win, always be the strongest. And then one day, bandits and assassins all came in and tried his best to defend, and he just couldn't. Ended up with a sword in his chest.
Like so many adventurers do. Well, before we can dive too deep in today's episode, I need to say a few things. In fact, some of the best stuff, which is about our sponsors that make all this possible. So Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice, which we'll be using today. So all the beautiful maps and the roles you see are using Fantasy Grounds, which you actually can try for free at fantasygrounds.com. And finally, you can also get yourself some miniatures over on Wayland Games. You can go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer 40k minis, all of those 20% off. And I also want to remind you, you can interact with today's game. Now, viewers, if there was ever a day in which we needed your retweets, because of course when we hit 20 retweets, we get a viewer decision. If there has ever been a day where we need your follows, which if we also hit 20, we get a viewer decision. And of course, if there's ever a day for donations, wild magic surges, nat 1s, nat 20s, sometimes even worse, today is the day. Today is that day, for it is the finale of the Trials of Bhaal. So again, hit the follow button, retweet, and begin donating. And let's get those bits in there and start, I don't know, causing chaos, crew. So I'm going to just take a second because it is the finale. And as any good finale, you deserve a recap. Like a brief montage of how exactly we got to where we are today. Today's montage begins simply with the concept of death. We learned very early on that Bhaal was kind of bored. And when a god is not even in retirement, really just kind of floating between planes, he decides the best thing he can do is make his own fun. So he developed this place known as his realm, where for the last 13 episodes, these people have been trapped. These people, these adventurers, these failed adventurers, which Bhaal said in the very first episode, that the single adventurer that proves themselves worthy of being a true adventurer can gain their mortal life back. So through this season, we have, in fact, been the mother of children, many Bhaal spawn, in fact. We have, I don't know, killed giant bees, been eaten by giant bears. We, in fact, exploded Bhaal's psyche across his realm and recollected it. All of this has happened in basically what is your purgatory afterlife. But what you all did not know is that Bhaal has been killing you over and over because every time he does, he gets stronger and stronger and gains more and more power towards his end goal. So today, Bhaal looks just like Finbar, and he's ready to move on. His power is strong enough to open up the portals he needs to return to the mortal realm. And it's an unfortunate day, in fact, because all of you are floating kind of in an ether, just your minds, in this sludge of blue and ethereal light. And somewhere, as you're floating around contemplating exactly that last moment on repetition of your last life, something rips you from it, pulls you into this warmth, almost back into being. And you catch your footing on top of a large stone platform, each of you individually. As you look around, you see you're in some kind of circular arena. Each of you on top of a pillar, some of you 50 feet, some of you 75 feet, even in the air. I'm going to toss a map up here in a second, but and a deep, booming voice comes from the distance, a single spotlight hitting them in darkness around this circular arena. And it looks like Finbar, and he claps. Today is the day. Ari, have you made your decision?
What if I said I'm still on the fence?
I feel I have given you long enough. I think you are stalling. for you're afraid of what it may mean to be a concubine to such a powerful being, so I'll just move on. I'll let you fight like
My
the
mother
rest
always
of them.
said I would only ever make it to be a concubine.
And he says, and if you end up being the last adventurer standing, I'll know you're truly worthy of such an honor. The rest of you will also fight for your lives, of course. I need good entertainment as my followers finish the ritual. It'll be done here shortly, but until then, he snaps his fingers and lights beam all around you, revealing a giant stadium. Kind of this like gladiatorial style cineplex. And all around you, the seats are filled with toddlers. Female toddlers. And they all look something like Ari. Just the resemblance is uncanny. Maybe even a mixture between Ari and Finbar, if you know who Finbar is. And along with this light beams another spotlight down the center of the arena and dangles a Finbar, a real Finbar, by his feet. Gagged, bound, and hanging upside down.
Well, normally I think he'd be into that kind of thing. Today I wonder if it's involuntary.
I think he'd still be into it.
Yeah. I think this is actually
Looks like
him
he
living
must
his best
enjoy
life
it.
right now. Yeah,
My
exactly.
lord.
Look at that smile.
Bimba! Vinny! Oh, yeah, I forgot you were gagged. Sorry.
Someone finally found a way to shut him up.
And he kind of like squirms a little bit. He definitely seems to be alive. Just kind of dangling there from, the top. And let me load this map so you guys kind of get an idea of what you're standing in and what you're about to encounter here. What did I call this? Yeah. Yep.
I got a wild magic surge, Chelsea.
Did you? Well, roll
Same
away now.
here.
Seems like the prime time.
We have rolled it, and the result is 9004. Anyone using magic nearby briefly appears to be made of wood.
Well,
Appears to be made of wood, actually. Would.
We're
I guess
ending
it
the
says
Trials
just-
of Ball with the wood episode.
but yeah, so this giant Finbar that's been clapping off in the like arena distance, kind of like appears, maybe like a kind of a neutral shimmer passes over the body and and he kind of looks like a hand-carved wooden statue there, staring at all of you, prepared to watch your... All right, let's see if I can show this to you. Sharing now. All right. Small size. That's very small size. So you'll see it's this circular arena. The wall that you see that's on the actual image is actually significantly kind of higher than that. It's almost like you're inside of this pit, this deep pit. You can also ignore the writing. Each of you are starting on a pillar up in the air, and the pillars are connected by ropes at multiple different heights. So you can kind of take a peek at that if you want. There's a pool of water in the middle, and two strange stone rectangular kind of cubes along the center as well. The trees and grass seem to be real, and you are kind of sitting there as Bhaal is frozen in his wooden form, preparing for you to entertain him.
Hmm.
The kids are chattering.
I don't think the kids want to see Mummy and Mummy fight.
Can anyone explain to me what the hell is happening here?
Yeah, in brief, you're all dead.
You're dead.
And by the sound of it, you're about to get deader. And that's as much as I know, to be honest with you.
And the key is
I assume
to
we're shouting
entertain
this between
those-
pillars as well.
Yeah, you guys are like shouting it across the arena because you're all on separate pillars, so that's for sure. And it looks like Ari also may have gotten a wild magic surge.
Yes, I'm just looking it up now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because
Okay.
I rolled 4, 2, 7, 8.
Cool, I want to make sure you didn't forget it.
Clothing feels like gritty sandpaper against target skin. Oh, that's lovely. That's just what you do when you're probably about to be running around like a mad woman in an arena.
Yeah, so you, as Bhaal goes into his wooden statuesque form, and his voice echoes across the chamber, last adventurer standing. The kids kind of like, ah! As you guys kind of shout across to one another, and something begins to happen. You get that kind of like itch, like something's kind of like crawling in your pants, and you're like, wait a second. The more I itch, the more it is itchy. Oh, wait, it's not in my pants. It is my pants. And all of your gear begins to get a little, like, gruff and sandpaper against your skin. It is extraordinarily uncomfortable. And I'm sure the larger you are, or the tighter your clothing, the more uncomfortable it is.
Well, my character's just going to start shrugging. He thinks this is all a really bad nightmare. Grabs a bottle. He grabs his bottle of bourbon. Do I have my items on me? My equipment?
Yeah, you guys seem to have all your gear.
Okay. He grabs his bottle of bourbon and just starts to take a swigs, and then proceeds to just take off his clothes because of the sandpaper.
So, yeah, you guys look up, and it seems to be. Let's see if I can't. I bet you I can. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna say that. I'm gonna get everybody's names. Ray. What is it? Ray Loran.
Ray Loran. You can call him Rail for short.
Rail. Perfect. I love it. Okay, we're gonna say you're actually here on this. This one. I'm gonna put an R here to signify which pillar you're on. So you're kind of at the. Let's say this is the south corner of the arena, is making it the north. And you're kind of shouting out to everybody. We'll say, Ari, you're here on this pillar for ease sake, right? We'll say that Derek is, of course, across the way from her. Gotta get everybody in. Omaris, we'll say you're here. That was a really poorly drawn E, I apologize. Thank you for having only a quill to write with. Edward, did I get that right? Somebody had play? Yeah, yes. Edward. Edward, we're gonna put you here on this one. Okay. And this Goliath is going to be kind of on the most northern corner. He actually kind of hangs off the edge of this thing. He's so big. So he's kind of on the, like I said, because I know you can't see the screen, he's on the northern side. And these pillars circle the arena in this kind of dotted format, like columns. And let's do this. So, yeah, you guys are, nobody's attacked anybody, so we are not in initiative yet.
What's the plan here, Ari?
Well, I feel that we're probably meant to be attacking each other in some way, shape, or form. Either that, or we can try and take out this whole arena of babies, which...
They are only children.
I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult.
Have you got something shiny to distract them with?
I don't know, but right now,
hundreds. There's nothing
shiny
enough. Like, the kids are everywhere. It's like filling this arena. And they're kind of like giggling. Some of them giggling, laughing. Some of them are beginning to like chant and pat along as like kids pick up pattern and things like that. But Ari, it seems odd to you because, at least in your concept of time, it seems like only hours ago they were fetuses being ripped from multiple Ari wombs.
Sorry, explain that for me again.
So, you know, just, yeah, there are kids everywhere. They were like these little fetuses last game, and now they're like full-grown toddlers, like overnight. Bloop.
So, it looks like the spawn grow incredibly fast.
They do grow
That means
quick.
we're going to get to the awkward teenager years very quickly. Oh, God. The terrible teens.
We could just eat them if we get hungry.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, that is an option.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like having veal or something, isn't it? Where
Kind of.
Eat them while they're young and tender.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
sure,
all-
they all just like
around too
together.
much.
So as you guys are kind of having this like really you're yelling across the thing. It's like, yeah, we can eat 'em!"
Okay, yeah, I can hear it.
Right? And so you guys are kind of like chattering back and forth, I guess, to one another because of the distance in and itself. And the kids begin to get kind of stirred up. The energy in the space with all of these toddlers begins to make them become a little vicious. And you see their faces kind of warp and fold in odd ways. Their teeth are not flat, but sharpened down to points almost. And they start kind of like pushing each other and shoving. Somebody picks up something and throws it to the audience. And it ticks a kid in the head, and you hear a kid go,
Oh
It
god.
just like jumps on another kid, and the kids start kind of tearing at each other. Things start to get thrown. And about this time, oh yeah,
I yell to everyone, well, it looks like they're doing their job for us.
Yeah, just when the like strongest are done, I have a feeling we're next. I don't
Well,
think they're
they're
going
still
after
toddlers.
anybody in particular.
yeah, they're freaking out, and the ground underneath your pillars kind of goes, it starts to like rumble. And down here on the northmost corner, kind of the northeastern corner, something begins to happen. Somebody is appearing on this pillar, and you're not exactly sure who it is. And it kind of plops a woman, older in age, on the ground. She seems pretty normal, almost more like a civilian than an adventurer. But she's here. She has this kind of resting grouchiness about her. And she stands up and dusts herself off. Ari, you're going to be the only person that might recognize her. Might. Oh, no, I don't even know if you would. We'll find out. Like, roll an insight.
Oh gosh. Okay. Inside here I
We're
come.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna see if you can figure out a way to. At
17?
At 17. When this woman pops up, you're not sure if it's the resting grouchiness or maybe the like mannerisms. Damn, she looks like Finbar. Like maybe Finbar's mom? Maybe it's a mom bar?
Ari's going to yell across like, "You look like a female Finbar."
She's like brushing herself off, and she goes, "Well, that's 'cause I am. I'm his mother. Where is he?"
Oh god.
Ari's just gonna
Oh.
point up to
Of
the
course he has a
dangling.
mother.
And of course she's like, "God, Finbar. Always in trouble, always the damn how did we get here? What is this place? Time to go home."
At this point,
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
yell
to use my
across to
slow fall
Derek.
to just
Kinda scares
slide
me.
down.
Yeah, you wanna pop down. Okay, so yeah, you slow fall, no big deal, and you hit the ground, and sure enough, it feels like grass. Crunch, crunch, crunch. There's trees kind of around you. Some kind of fake light, daylight. But Mombar is still yelling even as you escalate down. And as your feet touch the ground, you don't see much of anything. It seems to be pretty empty other than these two kind of barricaded walls at the moment.
And I just start walking around as if I'm going through scenery.
Nice. Which way are you walking? Walking the exterior or towards the center? Like, just kind of give me a trajectory.
I want to take a look at that pool of water.
All right. Are you approaching with stealth, or are you just gonna walk up to it with gusto?
I'm just sauntering up with my bottle of bourbon in my hand.
Just like, I love it.
Yeah.
You saunter up and you peek in, and seems to be a pretty deep pool of water. There seems to be a deep darkness at the pit of it, but nothing seems to be in it, at least to the naked eye.
Take 10 feet back just in case.
Yeah, just to get you kind of stumble backwards and easily enough and gain some space in between it. Mombar continues to yell, Finbar! I said get out! The kids are still irate. Yeah, go ahead.
Do we still have like our weapons or anything like that on us?
You are fully equipped.
All right, then I would like to see if I can like toss my dagger through the air and like slice the rope so that Finbar can fall down to Mother Dearest.
Okay. You are welcome to make the dexterity.
Cool.
On that, just make a good dex roll.
17 again.
that'll do it. You guys watch as you throw it. It does go in like pings for you, Ari, because Finbar, he's like floating over the center, and you slice right through the rope, and he falls straight into that pool of water, straight down the center.
Someone might need to grab him.
Already. I'm gonna go get it.
That could have been worse.
I would say the Goliath probably moves the quickest, not in dexterity, but just in like space, and you can reach down. You need to grab the rope, so you can also make me. Why don't you just make me an athletics check?
17.
A lot of 17s tonight.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he jumped down. He kind of rattles with the weight of your feet, and you grab it, catch that rope. Are you trying to pull him in?
Yep. Like a big old fish.
I was about to say, make me the strength, just not that I think you're going to doubt being able to pull Finbar in, but...
Got a 5.
Okay, out of 5. He's significantly heavier than a half-elf should be. You're not exactly sure why. Maybe it's all the chains Bhaal had wrapped around him. But as you're able to walk and like pull him up, it takes you some effort. And you get Finbar on dry land. He's still gagged, covered in water. You can hear him choking on water.
I hang him up by his feet. Let him drain out.
He drips like a wet cocoon. Like wrapped in all of this rope and stuff. And about this time, Mombar attempts to climb down the ladder. Mombar is in fact not at all strong and or dexterous. She only rolls a 9. And Mombar trips trying to come off her like column, and you watch as her hands grip, and the skin begins to rip away from her old lady hands, ripping off fingernails and things, and blood smears down the side. And as this happens, the pillar begins to like shake, and kind of tosses her off to the side. You see Mombar land, crack her head on the ground.
Before that happened, can I see this and try to rush and maybe catch her?
Yeah, you were by the pool. I'd say it's gonna need to be really high, but yeah, you can make a dexterity, even an acrobatics.
40 feet of, I have 40 feet of movement. But
yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say you make it 40 feet. Yeah, just make it.
Okay.
I would say acrobatics if you want to do it like with acrobatics. If not, then it would be an athletics.
I will do acrobatics.
All right, you tumble your way across.
That's an 8 plus my 8 acrobatics.
Okay.
So 17.
So 7. Wow. Okay. So you do dash. You guys watch as he dashes over, and you manage to catch her just before, like, she still gets rumbled off of it, and her hands were still kind of grasping. But you catch her. She does, in fact, knock you down with the weight of the fall and the rumble that knocked her off. But you do catch her, and she doesn't end up cracking her head on the ground. But something happens when the blood touches the pillar. And it begins to like rumble, and a doorway appears in one of them, and from it, oh no,
something terrible emerging.
Oh no, from it appears, a scary looking dwarf, gray and dark. It carries a large hammer, and it waddles in. Oh yes. Oh yes, and it carries with it a a large hammer. And I guess since you're standing right there with Mombar, we go right into initiative, because he begins to bring that hammer over his head and down to crush the both of you. So I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
15.
All right.
All right. 15, I heard. Love it.
While this has
plus
been
four, so
going on,
19.
Chelsea,
Okay.
while all this has been going on, can I be swapping for my Warhammer and my shield rather than my maul? In fact, no, keep my maul, but I use it one-handed and swap for my shield.
So let's do this. Ari, what was your score?
Mine was 16.
Ooh, okay. Elmaris?
Mine was 12.
12. Edward?
14.
14. Rain?
I got a 18.
8. Woo! And Derek?
4.
All right. So first up in our oh wait, I gotta roll for the old. I gotta roll for. Well, I didn't do so good. Okay, and he rolled an 8. So first up, actually, is in fact our heroic monk who caught Mombar.
Okay. So it's an angry looking dwarf and he's bringing down a hammer on me and
He is
mother,
bringing
right?
down the hammer.
All right. I'm going to. Is it safe to say I can move with Mombar in my hands? Or would I have to just bail?
I would
with-
say that
without
I
her?
would say that like you probably when it stepped out, you moved her off of you, so she's kind of to the side, unless you want to be carrying her.
Hmm. All right. How about this? I'm going to go up to this man. I'm going to pull out my staff and whack him one-handed.
Yeah, one-handed whack, staff whack. I get it. Go. I love it.
Shoot! I keep missing it.
All right, I
All
gotta see
right.
where we're going.
This is a plus. This is +4, so 20.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
All right, and then one-handed staff is a D6,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is the D6 right here. Is it the diamond?
D6 is
Oh, no, that's-
the square, the cube.
Okay, yeah. So 1 + 4, 5 damage.
Cool. You see, you said you kicked or you punched.
I whacked him with my staff.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Yeah. And you crack it. You see that he is wearing pretty heavy, like as your staff hits it, pretty heavy armor. But you do manage to get a hit off kind of in the soft spot at his neck where his armor stops. And he pulls away as you do, in fact, damage on him.
And with my bonus action, I will use Flurry of Blows and spend a key point.
Ooh, yes.
So here's the first hit. That's a 10. Or 11,
So
rather.
10, I was about to say 10 doesn't hit.
And then a 14.
14. Are you adding proficiency to that? Your proficiency bonus? Yeah. So
No,
you should
I
also
am
get
not.
your, I was
Okay.
about to say you're gonna want to do that. So whatever your usual like dex roll is, I believe on it
Plus
as a
3.
monk, +3 because of your proficiency.
Okay, in that case, it would be a +8.
So 18. Now that does hit.
All right, and that's an
Yep.
unarmed, which I believe monk level 5. That's a D6.
Cool. Yep.
So
Plus
5
your.
damage.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Cool.
And go ahead.
Yeah. Nope. Keep going. You got 2 hits off on him, didn't you? Because the first one also
Yeah.
you didn't add your proficiency to. So roll your damage for the second one.
Okay. Oof.
Oh, nice. 8. Another 8 points. You guys watch as he like walks up and just like, I don't know, how do you do it? You want to karate chop him? What are you doing? Damn,
Okay,
dealing all this
so
damage.
A one-handed staff whack, which I then use the pole to sort of step into the ground and get leverage, and I bring my 2 feet up and I do 2 kicks at him.
Nice. Yeah. And he get kind of actually moving backwards and it throws him off balance a little bit. Nice. As you do so, you see that he kind of like spits some blood and it spatters across the way. like splashing onto this other pillar over here, and something begins to rumble again from the pillar, actually, that the Goliath was standing on. And another doorway, this kind of dark portal hole, opens up and presents a... Oh, yes, it does. A very dark-looking drow figure. A dark elf steps out, clad in shadow. It seems to be pretty heavily armored, but nice cloak and the sort. His eyes glow this deep red color. And it steps out, ready to sling magic at the first person that crosses it. So it's up here.
Hey.
Yeah, so we've got a second addition to the... A second enemy, I guess, who's going to step into battle. And we're just going to say, for ease sake, he goes right into the bottom of initiative order. Okay,
right.
And we move right along. Ari, it's your turn.
Hold on. Before, with Way the Drunken Master, I use Disengage, my Flurry of Blows, and I back up 30 feet. 40, rather.
Good call. Yeah, you kind of like skimmer backwards towards the center of the arena, and kind of actually join near where the Goliath came down and has pulled Finbar free. Ari.
Ari, upon like having just like thrown her dagger to get like Finbar down, her initial instincts would have been to like oh fuck, better go save him. And she's going to try and climb down off her pillar or jump. You know what? She's going to jump down in the most extravagantly acrobatic way as possible. Really give a show to the babies. And hopefully to Bhaal. I know you're watching.
Yeah.
I know you're watching, Bhaal. So, yeah, she's going to do like a superhero landing as well, you know, where they seem to always land with their like fist down on the ground kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
And then like... Yeah. Look up with a like kind of thing,
so,
and
okay.
The whole time it hurts because of the sandpaper clothing.
It does. It grinds in all the wrong places, just
in all the wrong crevices. So you know, like that is the worst kind of chafe. Is sandpaper chafe. Let me tell you.
I'm going to be really honest with you, just with Alex, not with Ari. I have no clue what sandpaper. No idea.
No. Did it once a little bit in like a wood shop kind of thing. Would not recommend rubbing it on your skin. Doesn't feel good.
Imagine.
Raw and wriggling. So yeah, and then Ari's going to like start running towards the pool.
Okay.
But as she runs towards the pool, the pain of her legs, she's just going to straight up rip off like her like leggings that she's normally wearing.
Rip away pants?
She's going to rip them away because it was just going to be too painful. So now she's just there in like sandpaper underwear and her normal top. So,
okay, so here's what I need. I do need a strength check to make sure you can actually rip your leather pants away or your tights
Do
away.
we think that Ari's clothes aren't just quick release?
I'm not 100% sure, but she pulls them off
like a stripper,
just
like rip off pants like
you know
that.
What it is? It's all those wedgies you give. All as if nothing else, I truly believe Ari as an adventurer has learned the greatest gift of all, which is that of the death wedgie. You've whipped a fair share of people's underwear off, and now you get to kind of rip off your own pants.
I gave a giant a wedgie at the beginning of this, which made him die. So I'm quite happy with my wedgie skills. So is Finbar's out of the water now though, isn't he?
He is out of the water in the hands of, this Goliath that you haven't really spoken to, but he's standing there like holding Finbar dripping off. But as you get close to the pool, Ari, something catches your eye. Ripples and bubbles begin to come up from the pool a little bit, like 1, 2 at a time. Don't see anything yet. Let's see. Did you move and you took action to rip your pants off?
Yeah, I ripped off my pants off.
So Ari runs to the center of the arena, rips her pants off. The kids go, ah! And they kind of stop fighting each other to settle down and like cheer at all of you in the arena. And we move right along. Vavhik? Did I get Vavhik?
Vavhik.
Right? Oh, Vavhik.
So,
I love it.
I need something. I need something to cut these ropes off with fin bars. So, my perception's too bad. I just start ripping the ropes off.
Yeah, totally. Just roll me a strength check. So that won't be hard for you.
17.
Yeah, you're like, oh no. Ugh. And you guys watch as he starts kind of like pulling the ropes apart on Finbar. You can see they were actually bound really tight because as you kind of undo his gag, he gasped not only from the water, but from the boundness of his ribs up there in that tiny little hanging up there. So he kind of gasps too, and immediately turns invisible. Because that's what Finbar would do.
Oh.
And Finbar goes invisible. Right in front of you. You're like, whoa! The ropes kind of, you watch fall away from his invisible body as he skedadders off somewhere into the distance, hearing only the patter of feet as he finds his next hiding spot. Anything else you wanted to do? I'd say, ripping open's an action, but if you wanted to move, you could move.
Yeah, I'm going to step away from the elf that just came out of the column that I was on.
Okay. You want to step towards him or away from him?
Yeah, what the heck? Let's go towards him.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you step towards it. You're significantly larger than this elf. Though it seems relatively spry, it does look dwarfed a little bit in your shadow. No offense to dwarves out there. Alright, cool. And we move right along. Edward, how do you begin battle?
I would like to drink my potion of flying, and then
Very nice.
fly gracefully down to the ground.
Yeah, you guys watch. Chaos is beginning to ensue, and I love it. This monk is like a feather on the wind. And I guess that would be your full action. Where exactly would you like to land?
About 10 feet in front of the pillar I was on.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Done and done. So yeah, you're down on the ground now, kind of just in front of it, which puts you out of distance of both the two oncoming enemies and the rippling water pool. Elmaris.
Alrighty, yeah, seeing these weirdos come popping out of portals, he's gonna use his action to down his potion of Storm Giant Strength.
Yes.
And he's just gonna walk right off the pillar.
I love it. And you hit the ground, and as you do so, you guys, he makes an unusually loud, like, shaking the ground. Somebody his size should not be capable of. Very cool. And you two have hit the ground. You want to just same thing, kind of like 10 feet right in front of your, the column you just jumped off of?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Not a problem. And you, yeah, you see kind of the action now. The pool is rippling about 25 or 30 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And we move right along. So this this dwarf, this kind of gray dwarf, Durger, of course, kind of gathers his footing and is going to actually swing on the elf monk that has attacked him so viciously.
He can walk up 40 feet to me?
Oh, that's right. You backed up from him. No, he will turn to the nearest person. You are so right. I would say then the nearest person would be the giant, actually. But it's going to have to cross to him. So it takes its turn to cross. And it kind of and runs towards this Goliath. And that actually would be his turn because he has to move. Derek.
Hello. So, is everybody down off their pillars now? Is anybody still up
Does
there?
seem that way, yes.
Cool. I'm going to be a smart dwarf because a smart dwarf is an alive dwarf. I'm going to... Well, for now. I would like to lie prone on my pillar. take out my light crossbow.
Okay.
And can I ready an action to shoot whatever comes out of that pool?
Absolutely, you can. Totally.
And
Yeah. So we'll just ready your action.
yeah,
It's
that
now
will be
the
my
Drow's.
turn.
Yeah, it's now the Drow's turn, which is in fact, it's got one hand that seems to be kind of glowing, ready to throw magic, and the other one is seems to be a scimitar in hand, and it kind of pulls it out, realizing that you're getting very, very close. It does not like that at all. So it will attack you with this scimitar. This guy is powerful.
That's always what you want to hear.
I know, my surprise in that. Oh, on it. 24 to hit the Goliath.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Oh. Yep. Okay. So you start with 4 points of just slashing damage. Ooh. Plus. What's that? Oh my god. Okay. Plus another 16 points of damage. Seems to be maybe the weapon was poisoned.
Ooh.
So you took some poison damage there. Man. Actually, let's see. You need to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. So roll me a saving throw as well there.
I failed that. I rolled a 9.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so you're not... Okay, so you are going to be poisoned for an hour, but you do not fall unconscious. Which is good. Good thing it wasn't a 5 or lower. Great. And we move right along. And about this time, as we go to kind of start the initiative order over, Derek, something catches your eye. A shadowy figure is beginning to emerge from the pool. Let's see. A long, kind of slender, though it gets larger as it begins to come up to the water line. And let's see. Let's do this one. And a crocodile, in fact, bridges the water. A large one. As it kind of lands on the shore. Seems to be a pretty normal crocodile. Like, there's nothing really special about him, other than he's huge.
Well, I'll shoot it.
Okay, and that's what I want to make sure you do, because you do have that turn.
Yeah.
So give it a go.
I'm at disadvantage on the attack because I'm prone, but we'll see how it goes. God damn,
Well,
that was a good roll.
that
That's fine. That's a
my God,
21
okay.
total.
Nice.
That's a hit, for
Nailed it.
sure.
Cool. So that is light crossbow, 1d8 piercing. So six points of piercing damage against that thing.
This crocodile. And it takes it like a champ. Let me add him to our initiative order. He's going to go, like I said, right after the drow. And it sees you kind of hit him in the side, and it, you know, I don't know, crocodiles, they do that weird open mouth thing. It does that weird open mouth thing, and it takes that 5 points. Or what did you say? 6 points.
6 points, yeah.
6 points of damage. It does not like that at all. And we move right along and start over. What is your next go here? Raylan?
Alright. Okay, would you count throwing a bottle of bourbon as a bonus action or a main action?
You are Way of the Drunken Master?
Yes.
Because I love the fact that you're playing Way of the Drunken Master and you're playing it with booze in hand, I'm gonna let you take it as a bonus action. To throw
Cool.
booze is like a power surge for drunken mastering. It's like first like move you learn. So yeah, why not?
All right. So, I'm 40 feet away from the dwarf. So, how close am I to the drow and the crocodile?
So the drow is about 30 and the crocodile's only about 20. He's significantly closer.
All right. For my bonus action, I'm going to try and throw my bottle of bourbon at the crocodile and see if it can smash onto it.
Okay, yeah, we'll just use it like an impromptu weapon. So roll it like it's a regular ranged attack.
Okay. There's more to this. It's not just for the damage.
All right.
16 plus 8.
16. That does hit the crocodile.
All right. So I guess I'll go ahead and do the damage for that too then.
Yep. Okay.
3 plus 4. So I'm having brain
so
fart
7.
Yeah. 7. Yeah.
Okay.
7 points of damage. I'm really bad.
Cool. So you watch it splatters, like the bottle shatters on its skull, kind of crocodile eye skull area, and it glass breaks in it, and it kind of it can no longer see. It looks like, but
All right.
you did get it.
And for my main action, because I'm a high elf and I have this, I'm going to cast Firebolt on it.
Nice. Light him up.
And that's a 15 plus.
That's a
I don't
hit.
think I have any plus. Yeah. Okay.
That's a hit.
So all right. And I believe Firebolt was a D10.
Yep. So
Where
just
the
roll the
hell is it?
D10. I mean, once you hit, it's going to go up too. So roll the D10 to start. It's probably going to kill it, but we'll see.
Got which and D10 is. I think this is D10. Yeah, it's D10. All right.
Correct. Yeah, sure
Nice.
enough, you hit it. Not only does the flame bolt itself do it, but the whole thing goes up like a damn barbecue. You guys watch as the gator and now there's a burning crocodile laid out on the
And-
shoreline on the northern side of the pool.
And I am not going to move. I'm just going to start laughing, like hysterically at it.
Yeah, crocodile is done. It didn't even get a turn. Damn. All right. Maybe next time. The pool does seem to have settled, though. It was the only thing that came out of it. We did, in fact, get some fried gator. For those of you out there that like gator tail. Ari.
Tasty.
It's tasty. I love it.
Ari's gonna slice off a bit of the tail and just start chowing down. No, I'm totally kidding. Ari, having just seen this like crocodile jump out of the water, is probably going to be backing away from the water quite a bit.
Okay.
And she's going to kind of head towards the babies, and she's going to kind of tentatively see how they react when she gets closer to them.
So the wall, even though that for the purposes of the map, it don't look very high. They're very, very high. In fact.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
probably, and they're up above you, looking down into the pit. So you could get near the edge, or you could get back on your pillar and be closer to them in terms of talking to them.
Okay, I'm gonna get back up on. Maybe I should go talk to Mumbar.
Decisions.
Is technically your mother-in-law now?
Oh God, does it? Oh gosh,
Mom-bar-in-law.
Mumbar-in-law. Oh no. Oh God,
no.
everything.
Nobody
is
wants
so
the
wrong with life right
mom-bar-in-law.
now. Oh, she's got a mother-in-law and children now. Oh,
She does.
this is a
She doesn't
nightmare.
even know she's got grandkids yet. Hundreds of
Oh.
them. This
You
is
know
a
what?
family nightmare. More.
You know what? That's what Ari's going to do. Mum-ball-in-law, mother of Paylor. Mother
Okay.
of Paylor.
The puns are never ending in this chat.
You.
So, okay, instead she's going to actually announce to Mumbar and be like, so, I know that we're in a month of chaos at the moment, but hi, I'm Ari. These are Finbar Ari spawn of Bull?
Bimbari.
Your grandmother, yay!
She looks at you very inquisitively, with that like face, and she says, "I don't understand. Where did Finbar go? And why are all these children the same? They're hideous."
It's poor
You didn't by
genetics.
Yeah, you didn't perchance die recently, did you?
I was looking for Finbar at the Galleria. He sent me a message. Wait, I might have died. Is this
Well,
heaven?
welcome to the afterlife. This is far from heaven. In fact, you are now being tortured by Bhaal for the rest of eternity. Welcome. You'll probably die many times over. Don't worry, we've all been there.
No, I am not. I will not die. I die on my own terms, she says. And you watch as she pulls a kitchen knife from kind of like her belt, her apron. I don't know why she's wearing an apron, but she is now. And she's got a kitchen knife, and she says, "If it means fighting for my Finny, I'll do it."
I don't like this woman. She's got spunk.
And Mombar seems ready to join the fight. Ari, is there that? I'm going to say that was quite a lot of talking. Is there any additional action you want to take?
I would like to ready an action.
Okay.
While kind of standing partially behind Mombar, because my goodness, does this woman have spunk?
What are you ready for?
Whatever Mombar decides to do next, Ari's gonna go running in like a tribal like
when
woman.
Mombar takes action.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I dig. And we move right along. Vavik, how are you? This is kind of going on behind you. You hear the cordial conversation of two women as you are in combat, almost with the Drow and the Durga.
Yes. I'm going to turn to the Dwergar and say, "Hold on a minute, not your turn," and throw a bead of force at him. He needs to make a DC 15 Dex check or be frozen in place.
Oh, damn!
I like this monk.
Nice.
Okay. You said Dex?
Dex 15.
Anything. It rolled a 2. It's not expecting your bead of force. And I guess it like freezes inside of this bead of force right behind you. You guys watch, kind of encapsulates, and there seems to be some kind of force field energy around him, keeping him in place. Very nice. Very nice. Edward.
How far am I away from the drow and the dwarf?
I would say you're gonna need. You will have to probably take your full move action.
Okay. I want to get within 20 feet of the Darrow.
Okay.
Darrow.
Yep. So yeah, it'll probably take your full movement to get that close, but you can definitely do it, and then cast if you'd like.
Okay. Yep. I want to get that close and throw a dart at it.
Nice. Yeah, you step up, kind of run in and throw it. So are you throwing it at the drow or the
at the
dwarf?
The dwarf.
Okay. Yeah. Total.
16.
16 to hit. Yeah.
And that'll be 7 damage.
Yeah. Chip it away. I wonder if so. It does have the force around it, but it kind of like tings into it. Pierces through and sticks in its neck. You see his face like frozen. Just his eye twitches a little as it digs into him. I don't even know if that works that way, but that's, I don't really care.
No, it does.
It does now. Yeah, so you toss it in and it kind of passes right through the force field and into his neck. And Elmaris.
Who's closer to me, the drow or the Durgar?
The drow.
Alright, I will just saunter up to the drow with 30 feet of movement speed. See if I can get close enough to him.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Excellent. As I look down on him with my feet of 8 feet tall, I am going to... Let's see. Bring my halberd down on top of his head.
Nice. Make it so.
Classic. And thanks to the potion of Storm Giant Strength, it's a plus 12 attack bonus.
Oh. Woo.
Well, make it so. Damn, that's
So 26.
a hit.
Alright, and damage. And that'll be 16 points of damage.
Yeah, man, he feels that.
And
for sure.
I get 2 attacks, so I'm gonna go again with the help. Bring it up at his like chin.
Yeah. Cool.
And that'll be a 27 to hit.
That's a super hit.
And that'll be 12 points of damage.
My God.
You said 22? Or 12?
12.
12, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. You do some serious damage. He seems to be very hearty. You're not sure if it's just how powerful he actually is or if it's the armor he's wearing. You do some damage on him, but he doesn't seem phased. He seems very focused on this Goliath that he is in combat with. As you kind of attack him from behind. Who is that? We just had Elmaris. It's your turn. No, wait. Did I get that wrong? No, I got that right.
No, I just had my turn. I just attacked the guy with my halberd.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. I was looking at Edward. Okay, so it's actually the dwarf's turn, which he can't really do anything. Does he get a save to try to break free of the hold?
No, I believe he's stuck there for 1 minute. But he can try to push around at half his movement.
Okay, I see. The sphere of transference didn't close the area. Any creature that failed to save is completely within. Okay, yep, got it. Can use to push it against the spheres while moving it up to its speed. Okay, it's going to attempt to roll some people over. So he starts kind of like a hamster in a ball, beginning to get his like little dwarf legs moving, and he's beginning to push it. And it's like eking forward, trying to get momentum going on it. But that'll be his turn. He can't really do anything. But it does look like he may be trying to roll over Edward Elmaris, which may be directly in his way. It's now Derek's turn.
Ooh, I am happy with my decisions so far. Who's near Ari? Is anyone threatening Ari? Because I don't care about the rest of these people.
I was about to say the crocodile was, but not anymore. It seems that she may be in direct line of fire eventually for the drow, but she seems to be in pretty big conversation right now with Mombar.
Okay, let's take a shot at the drow, just because I can.
Yeah,
with the crossbow. Yeah, disadvantage again. That didn't go in the box. God damn it, that was a really good roll as well. It didn't go in the chat box. So that's going to be that's a 9 to hit. That misses.
That one does miss. Right over it.
Can I? Let me just double check something. Because I figure I've drawn attention to myself now. Can I bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself as well?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. And then I'm done. I can stay lying on top of my pillar.
It does look up as the arrow like pierces past its ear and into like this metal wall behind you. It looks up and sees you up there for the first time and now knows that you're there. So let's see here. Because it is the drow's turn. I'm thinking that it doesn't like you shooting at it and knows that you're isolated. So it's going to. It's going to cast Dimension Door.
Ooh.
Shit.
Okay. You hear it. You hear this thing go, up there, and kind of points as it casts this dimensional door.
Get over here.
Falls through the floor and bloop, comes up to the top and is now on top of the pillar with you. And you're in prone position.
I am, but I have got Sanctuary on. So
you do have
Sanctuary. If it's going to attack me, it needs to first succeed at a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, well, it used its full turn for that.
Cool.
So it can't attack you on this round, but it is up there on the pillar with you. Just for your reference, Derek, your pillar is standing somewhere between, you can probably guess, 75 to 100 feet.
Ooh, that's fun.
It's very high. You have one of the tallest pillars, the one on the eastern side.
Excellent.
That's just a lovely reminder.
Yeah, I wonder what I'll do with that knowledge.
Bloop, bloop. And it is, it's Rael's turn.
All right. Who's the closest quote-unquote enemy to me right now?
Probably the dwarf in the force field that's kind of trying to move towards you. You could easily step around him and attack the drow. You're kind of in range of both of them. At what might be considered a 5-foot free.
How much movement to get to the drow?
You probably could easily just step in on them. You're close enough where I wouldn't even say it would be your full movement action. 10 feet,
Okay.
20 feet.
Definitely then. Okay. So I will turn up to the... Actually, I'm going to go to the dwarf. Is the dwarf like in any sort of like... Is he still in that hamster ball kind of looking thing?
Yeah, he's still in the force. The beat of force.
Does that mean I can't hit him? Or...
It means I would... you would have to step into it, which means you would take damage trying to press through the force field, because it's putting like force outwards, so you're going to press up against it. So I would not suggest walking into it, because I'll have you make the same check that he makes when he throws the beat on him.
Okay, I'm going to walk past him, giving a sort of chuckle, and walk up to the drow. And I'm going to walk up and from behind just like dunk him with my staff, one hand. Which I think I figured out how the adjusting works on this. So, 26.
26 is a hit on the drow, yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then the D6. 6 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, you step in and like punch. You realize how the armor that this guy is wearing is really nice. And as your hand hits it, you could feel that it doesn't even give, for giving him a lot of protection.
Okay. I'm going to use Flurry of Blows again. Why not? And give him a new fucking bat.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's a +8, so
17.
17. Yeah.
That does not hit.
Oof. Okay.
Oof.
And then let me get the +8 there again, just so I'm better at math.
Yep.
21.
21 does.
All right. And so that's a kick to the side. And then
Yeah, it takes more.
6.
Yeah. Done. It kind of, takes it like a champ, really. And the action continues. And as you guys are kind of fighting and things, blood is beginning to spew. And the alligator that was kind of warming up under the fire and becoming crispy fried, it has bled out everywhere, and its blood is seeping into the water, at least what's left of it. It has stained it this deep red. The grass around it is also, and it seems to absorb this blood. And this westernmost wall, the rectangular wall, a door appears, an archway, and from it steps this thing. Oh no. Okay. Oh, rude.
When the DM goes,
it's my day. It's my day because this is one of my absolute favorite princes that are out there. You watch as this. I know. You watch as this very kind of gangly, disgusting creature. Kind of wraps its long fingers around either side as it dips down and pulls itself out and stands tall, realizing how big it actually is. It seems to be made of some kind of shelf fungus. The head of this, you're not sure, it's kind of an androgynous creature, steps out. Why don't all of you just simply, that couldn't see it, which is pretty much all of you, roll me I would take a religion or a history.
Okay.
Let's see.
Nat 20.
Whoa.
Nat 20. The Goliath, you turn around, you don't know if you've seen it in your dreams, you must have remembered it from a book, you're not sure, but you know instantly this is Nook's point.
23, so I guess I know as well.
Yeah, you also know it too. This is the demon queen of fungus. That is 17, yep.
Elmaris got a 13.
Yep, this is the demon queen of fungus.
I hear she's a fun guy.
She's a fun gal. Yeah, this is bad news for all of you.
I'm going to look at her with sort of like perplexed eyes, go like, "You are very ugly," and I'm going to use my disengage to walk back 30 feet east.
Yeah, you like back up and you see like she really is. She's strangely beautiful in a way, like at least in Chelsea's eyes. As the fungus, like the shell fungus, creates almost like a dress on her as it touches the ground, and she almost like merges with the environment around her. But as she moves, she sucks the life from the greenery around her, causing really the circle of life to happen backwards, as if death is a way to new life. And she steps up, and you know what? I have a character sheet all ready for this, because not for this, but for something else. It is meant to be. The D&D gods are on my side today to let me play this. So I'm actually going to pull something fun that I've been waiting for the perfect moment, which is, if you guys didn't know, Wizards has been playtesting Circle of the Spore subclass for Druids. I have a 20th level Circle of the Spore. So we're going to just break that out. No big deal. No big deal,
you know.
Well, Trials of Ball was really fun.
9th level spells, you know.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna make that happen. Okay, so she steps out and she laughs. Almost makes eye contact with Bhaal as if she is aware of his realm. Not exactly how she got here, but here she freaking is. And she's gonna get added to the turn order as well. Welcome, Zuckmoy. May you all rest in peace. And we move right along. Rail, you moved and went Ari.
Okay, so Ari is going to be very much in awe of the demon queen of fungi. And kind of back away a bit and decide, you know what, I'm going to drow here, you know, whichever other one is nearest to me, basically. Like, yeah, you know, no to that. And join in with whoever's nearby, closest.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of step into the group. You realize that, you know, the drow went and kind of disappeared, and the dwarf is still in his force field for at least a couple, you know, more seconds at least in terms of the turn order. So,
how did I hit him if he was
Ari's going to jump in the water.
So what? You want to jump in the water?
No.
I'm going to jump in the water.
Okay.
Sorry.
And so you take a running jump. Are you running, or are you just? What's your plan?
Yeah, I'm going to dive right on in because my thoughts are, if she starts letting off spores, I got to like dive in that water and like not have them land on me.
You can easily spend your turn. Yeah. So it's I would say if you want to do a performance out of it, you can make a performance out of it. If not, I just need an athletics check to make sure you don't like smash your face into the side of the
Sure, you know what? Let's do the most synchronized swimming-esque dive one has ever seen.
Okay, you can make the athletics and a performance if you really want to make a performance out of it.
Okay, so I got an 11 on the performance, and then the athletics. Oh, bugger.
Ooh.
She starts running, and you guys are like, "Look at Ari!" And that slow moment, that slow motion moment on movies happen, where everybody's like, "Look," and she's like, and she's like running, yeah, basically. You like run and dive, and you hit the top of the water flat. As you now kind of bob there gracefully. That's it. Ari belly flopped.
With no pants
Ari
on.
belly flopped. with no pants on. Val.
How big is that pool?
It's probably it's I would say can't be more than about 10 by 20 maybe.
Okay. The Dwergar in the Vita Force, according to the description, the Vita Force and everything contained in it weighs 1 pound. So I'm going to turn the dwarf in the Vita Force into a Zorb on the water and watch him try to struggle to move anywhere.
Okay, so Ari, is kind of there, and she rights herself after her belly flop, and she's kind of probably treading water at this point. Are you going to, like, push roll him? Is that the plan, to roll him over the water?
Yeah, I'm just going to roll him over into the water, and then he can't go anywhere. He ever does.
Because he only weighs a pound. Yeah, so you, oh my god. Just roll, it won't really weigh anything, but in terms of the dexterity to make sure you do get it in the right direction, just roll me an athletics. So funny.
Athletics. 19 plus bonuses.
Oh, you don't even do that. You like soccer. You like tap it just into the goal, just like dink, and it just rolls. Ari, you see it coming, but the moment it hits the top of the water, it just lets out this tiny. You think it's gonna like, it doesn't. It like blinks in the top of the water and like floats, and the dwarf is now like, whoa. And it's like running, and the ball's like spinning in weird directions, but it's not going anywhere on the top surface of the water. Edward.
And I turn to the dwarf and say, I said, wait a minute.
I like you.
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much. Yeah.
All right.
Next up.
I want to. I'm aware of the Shadow Monk. I want to use my minor illusion cantrip and make flames appear near the feet of the new monster that came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then fly up 20 feet and then 20 feet away from it and kind of hover there for a bit.
Yeah. You get your safe distance, and you do. Did you say fairy fire is what you cast on it?
It's minor illusion. So it makes it appear that a fire is coming up near their feet.
Are you wanting to deceive her into believing that as well? Like you
ideally,
want her to,
yes.
Yeah, ideally. Okay, so let me just roll for her. I think she's going to need an insight to see if that's actually the case.
Doesn't minor illusion have a saving throw to see if you see if it's an illusion or not?
Is there a save for it? Let me see. I bet I can pull that up real fast, like, thanks to this snazzy tabletop of choice.
Where's the tabletop of choice, Chelsea?
Fantasy Grounds. Our tabletop of choice, in which I am looking this sweet spell up.
Try it today.
Like today.
Try it free.
Yeah, for free on fantasygrounds.com. Okay, if the creature uses action to examine the sound, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence or an investigation check. Okay, that's cool. That's what I was rolling, so I was on track. I was on track. Yes, she's that's good. She's maybe fungy and wise. Oh, she did roll an 18. Though she looks down and sees it, and you see for a second she almost like hops back, and then she says when she realizes that it's not in fact hot, and she looks right at you. Her eyes, this strange color, black viscousness, seethes between her teeth as if she is just poison.
My usual. Yeah, I'm now very pale and panicked.
She's like, Elmaris.
Yeah, Elmaris is just gonna like rub the bear teeth that he has pierced into the top of his head, and the orc tusks pierced in his eyebrows. Rubs them for luck, and he just looks up at Ugmoy, I think, and that's her name. Yeah. And he looks up at her, gives her the bird, and says, "I've taken bigger shits than you, bud." And that's my turn.
Okay then. You're just gonna stand there and be like, "Screw you." Okay.
Yep.
She turns and looks at you. You two see that anger in her eyes, and that kind of her fingers raise as if she was close enough, she'd reach out and just wrap them around your throat. And she points as if I am coming for you. It is a ballsy move. The Grey Dwarf continues to run in place on top of the water. He literally can do Nothing. And it's Derek's turn. Derek,
Cool.
you are standing now face to face with
Well, I'm
Bhaal, that
lying.
kind of like bloop bloop teleported. Yep.
So I'll use half my movement to stand up. And then, can I just shield bash the motherfucker off this pillar?
Yeah, we're gonna do a strength against strength.
Excellent.
I don't believe that they're very strong.
I hope not. Can I use athletics or just straight strength?
I mean, you can use athletics. Maybe it's not just a bash, or like running her off. So I'll give you that much.
Yeah. Sweet.
I give it to you. Why not?
That is a 24 then.
Oh, damn. I'm not going to be able to beat that, I don't think. Oh, and I'm typing, and it's not actually typing. It's not a thing. Yep. And you push this thing right off. So that means, she's going to, or this,
Get down there.
yeah, Drow, well, I'm gonna have to wait till its turn.
And then can I go prone again?
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
Yeah, back down. You're like, okay, I'm safe up here. I'm not
Stealth
going
roll.
anywhere. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. It actually is the Drow's turn as it begins to slide. It's like, ah! It's gonna reach out and try to catch itself.
No.
And it fails. And what is fall damage? It's like what?
1d6 per 10 feet.
1d6.
So it'll be 7d6, I think.
No, 10d6.
Oh, shit. That's even better.
Because I said 100 feet, didn't I? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It takes 35 points of damage as it hits the ground. Now, what is really strange is as it does it, you can see its face smash open. Blood splatters from the nose and hits the pillar that you're standing on, Derek. And it absorbs it. And another door opens.
Oh.
Don't get blood on the pillars. I cracked the code.
Don't pop the elves.
I rolled Zoom Boy again on a totally separate page. It's meant to be, gang. It's meant to be. Look how beautiful she is. I have to show her to you because she's just so beautiful. Look how evil, and she's gonna get all of you.
Oh, shit.
She's
really
really cool.
She's
Yeah.
just.
Let me look
I
at
cool
the
love
character
server. What's her
design.
actual name?
her. Oh, that'll work. Oh, something starts to erupt from the bottom. You can't see it, Derek. Everybody, you guys hear that noise of something entering the arena. We're gonna say at this point the Grey Dwarf is pretty much just off until at least for a couple more rounds. I'll get back to him if he just continues to wander there. And something, instead of walking through, flies through, and you hear its wings as it comes out. These red bat-like wings. It doesn't just carry a sword. It seems that its
It
great
is a
sword
sword.
is its head. It is its sword. Kind of looks like this as he comes through the and flies outwards. And as it does so, the first thing it sees is actually is the drow, who is picking itself up, and it seems that it's going to reach out and attack this drow. Oh no. You know that one where you're like, why did I do that to myself? Okay.
You were giving yourself so much admin right now.
So much. At a 28, that definitely hits. Oh my lord. Oh, okay. It doesn't start out too bad. So it starts by taking 12 points of just general slashing damage. And it has to, you guys watch as it begins to tear away at this this drow. It just comes out and starts viciously attacking her with the sword on its hand. But it's also, you see it do some kind of additional damage as the drow like yells out under the sword, maybe necrotic in some way, as the blackness kind of wreathes around the slashes that it's putting into the drow's skin. That's not right. And it does another 3d10 of damage to it at a 16. So it seems to be slashing and hacking away at this drow. Okay. And we move along to the Great Zuxmoy. Who was...
All right.
I was about to say, there were a few of you. I'm not sure if it was the fingers that upset her the most, but I'm thinking that that's what we're going to go with. So, Zuxmoy reaches out and looks you kind of dead square in the face. And you watch, as a free action, as some kind of spores filter from her into the air. And it begins to fill the space. I'm going to need everybody that's on the ground. So, except for maybe Ari, because you were in the water. So that would be Edward, Elmiris, Vavhik, and Rail to make a Constitution saving.
I'm 20 feet in the air. Do I still need the?
Oh yeah,
saving throw?
that's right. You're high up. No, I don't think it reaches that far. If I'm.
And I was about like 40 feet away from her, wasn't I? So.
Yeah, but I think it's the ground piece. Let me double check. What the actual distance is on that. 4 does not make it. That's okay. We'll get there. I believe that it's actually a 40-foot radius, but I could be wrong. I could be.
I'm assuming I was already
Yeah,
about like 10 feet away.
is-
Okay, never mind.
I was about to say it is in fact 30 feet circle of the spore. Okay, no, you're right. It's 20 feet. So if you're within 20 feet of her, so if you were 20 foot up and over, no. If you're 40 foot back, no. So I would say then it is just the Goliath. And Elmiris, where were you? You were close to Zuxmoy because you stepped up with your fingers. So
Yeah.
you guys are going to take 14, just a flat 14 points of poison damage. You don't get a...
Nope.
That's it. You don't even get a
Endurance.
save on it, technically. She just launches these toxic spores at you. As it, like,
Alrighty.
pour out of her in this green noxiousness. That would be her bonus action. She now is going to... Yep, I know. She's now going to... Oh, yeah. She knows you're a little bit away, so she's going to, you see her as she's like pouring them out, she flips her hands around and it almost like causes the spores to circle up and spear up in her hands in these balls, and she's going to hurl a toxic, noxious ball of spores at Elmiris.
Okay.
She would just use regular stuff. Yep, so I just want to make sure, because I think it's... Yep, so as they come near you, they swirl around in this 10-foot cube. And basically that means that it's been put, that halo of spore, no matter where you move, that will follow you for the next few rounds, basically. So you're going to every round take the spore damage. Yeah, and she laughs. Spores come out of her mouth with the exasperation. And she says, "Hi, I will be raising the dead tonight." She can, in fact, do that. And we move right along to the top. Rail.
Okay. No one is basically know I exist right now, right? Like no one's targeting me or looking at me.
Not directly, no.
Alright. I'm going to walk to the east side, 40 feet. I'm assuming I'm like at the edge now.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to just lean against the wall and get a reaction ready in case anyone tries to attack me. I dodge. And I just kind of watch with a smile.
Okay, yeah, you're going to just kind of stay out of combat until somebody directly attacks you. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Dodge action ready just in case for technicality.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Is there any specific action you think that they will make that you're kind of waiting on? Or is it the attack directly at you?
If some spores launch at me, or a random spell or some targets thrown at me, then I'm just like, phew.
Okay, cool.
Get out the way.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you kind of lean and pose yourself just to make sure nobody's going to attack you, but it doesn't look at the moment like anybody's very interested. Ari, your instinct to jump in the pool of water was a good one because it did help you avoid the spores, but now you're floating in the water and Zuxmoy is about 20 feet away. How do you proceed?
In the most daring of Ari moves, Ari's going to try and grab the ankle with some seaweed, or is there any sort of like kelp or thing like that in the water?
I'll say,
by
if
chance?
nothing else, you probably have some kind of rope on you or a bandana. We definitely could say there's some kind of kelp. Why not?
Cool, because
Yeah,
I'm
multiple options.
uncertain if I should touch her. I feel like touching her with like flesh on flesh would just be probably problematic. So gonna grab her ankle with like some of the like kelp. I'm
Okay.
gonna drag her into the water.
You're gonna try to drag Zukoy into the water.
I'm gonna try and like attempt to drown Zukoy.
All right, I need you to make a strength, or you can make an athletics against my strength. Actually, yeah, we'll say strength, because I'll say she doesn't
It's a-
really see it coming.
It's athletics versus acrobatics or athletics if you're grappling.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the athletics for her. She's just athletics against athletics. So here we go. Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
She only rolled a 16. Oh, and Ari wins. You trip her. She comes tumbling down and like hits the ground. As you drag her into the water, you kind of get the lower half, and she is like all eyes locked on you, Ari. She is pissed. She's so pissed, and I'm actually gonna see, does she get a reaction? She does. Because she's coming to your space, you two just take a straight 14 points of poison damage simply by bringing her into your space.
Lordy. Okay.
It's
good for
basically
now.
like just noxious fumes are just pouring off of her. But you did get her like lower half. She's sliding into the water, and she's no. Mushrooms don't like to be wet. Nice, Vathik.
Well, standing in a cloud full of spores, and I
you
look down
were.
look down at Zugboy in the water and go, I only had one regret in life at this moment. That's not eating enough mushrooms. And I whack it with the staff. 14?
To hit does not hit.
Yes. And as a bonus action, I give her a kick to the face. Also
No.
on disadvantage because I'm poisoned. No.
Nope. So you try to curb stomp her twice there on the edge of the river, or at the edge of the pond, but don't quite. She kind of is writhing and makes it difficult. Oh man, gang. And we move right along to Edward. Edward, you see this going on. It does seem like the other two, the drow and the other fiend, the flying one that came out, seem to be deep in battle. They haven't really noticed you all yet. They're somewhere near the southeast corner of the arena. You guys are up near the northwest corner, dealing with the Princess of Fungi, Queen of Fungi.
Okay. While I'm safely hovering, I'm gonna fling another dart at the submerging mushroom.
Nice. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Sling a dart. You're looking for
16.
Oh, not enough. You're looking for an 18.
And then I'm gonna fly another 10 feet up and away.
Okay. Great. Yeah, and you kind of fly up and out of her range, knowing that you don't want to be too close. Oh, lords. And we move right along to Elmaris.
Alrighty, Elmaris, annoyed slightly by the halo of spores floating around him now. He is, let's see, who would be closest to him right now? Enemies.
Who would be closest? I would say, for him, Zuktmoy, even though she's probably 20, 25 feet now that she's being dragged under water. Definitely Zuktmoy.
Alright, he will casually stroll up to her head, because I imagine her head's probably the easiest target right now if she's being pulled.
Yeah.
And he's going to spit on his halberd and bring it down on her head.
Do it. Have at it.
Cool. So, thanks to my awesome storm giant potion. There we go. So the first attack to hit is a 28.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Nice. and that'll be 14 points of damage.
Oof, okay.
And
Nice.
yeah, as he's going to use his second attack to do the exact same thing and try to bash your face in.
Okay. Yeah, she takes those. See.
And that'll be a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh,
That meets it.
thank God.
Yep. yeah.
And that'll be a 13 points of damage.
Okay. You did some serious damage there. Shoot. Okay. You kind of like, both of you are trying to like, you've got the Goliath who's like pounding her. You have her trying to smash her in the face as she's writhing. And in doing so, she pops the force bubble that's also in the water. And the drow goes to kind of like fall and begins falling in the water. She kind of almost like punches her way through it. It is now Derek's turn. Derek?
Okay, so it is utter chaos beneath me then.
Correct.
And I don't feel like drawing any attention to myself, but I'm a little bored up here.
I really like to die now, thank you.
I'm like, no, do you know what? I'm gonna hold an action to kick anybody who comes up on my platform and try and kick them off. Other than that, I will do nothing.
Okay, so you're just gonna hang out and watch the chaos.
I'm gonna watch the chaos. I'm being a smart dwarf.
Well, that's good because the drow and this fiend, this flying fiend, came out. They are kind of wrestling and fighting, and the drow tosses it against this pillar that you're on with such force that it rocks it. And I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity save.
Ooh.
To not be knocked off as it.
Okay. Yay. And I'm at disadvantage, so.
Okay, the 12.
Yeah, it's a straight up 12. I am
Just
lying
a straight 12.
flat though.
You are lying flat. It rocks you. You kind of grab the edge and you're like, oh! You manage to like hang on, but it's looking like they're beginning to chip away. With the banging at the pillar that you're on, that it may inevitably fall if they continue to put that much pressure on it. And it's about this time.
There's nothing I can do about that.
There's nothing. There's about this time that you hear something. The rabid cry of an old woman as she says, Mombar! And Mombar like runs in and dives with her kitchen knife at Zuxmoy's head. And she's gonna try to attack this demon. She doesn't really get any pluses. At a 14, unfortunately, does not hit, and she misses. And for Zuxmoy's turn, she reaches out and grabs Mombar by the throat and casts Blight. This may be the end of Mombar, crew.
Ooh.
Actually, better yet, no, it is going to be Mombar. Yeah, she reaches out and grabs Mombar, and she casts Blight. And for that, Mombar gets to make a saving throw. Yeah. I want to make sure I get that right. Okay. All right. Mombar is only a normal, really kind of human, so she rolled a 12, which is not enough. So Mombar takes some serious necrotic damage here, gang. 8d8. Oh! Mombar you watch as Zuxmoy's hand begins to crush her esophagus, sucking the life out of her. She becomes a human raisin. Just like shrivels up right there in Zuxmoy's hands.
A balls-round raisin.
Yeah, just yeah. And Mombar you hear her like, as she shrivels her up. And drops Mombar's body to the side. Mombar will need to make some death saving throws next round. Okay. That was Zuxmoy's turn. Oh, mommy dearest. You can hear the kids around her just like freaking out. The more blood and chaos and crazy stuff that comes into the rink, the crazier that they get. You can see the look of pleasure on evil Finbar face off in the distance, as he seems very pleased every time something or somebody dies. Rail.
Okay. So the person who just killed the top waifu so far, Mambar, he's going to get irked a little bit, and he's going to chuck a dart at him.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. That's a hit, friend. That's a good roll.
All right. Oh, let me get the modifier. There we go. 7 damage.
That takes it like a champ. She doesn't seem too terribly interested, but in you, she is still writhing from taking all of that life from Bombar.
And that's it. I stay where I'm at. I just chuck a dart.
Chuck a dart. Yep. Great. Yeah, and you keep your distance. And we move right along. Ari, you're in the water with this creature. Oh, 14 points of poison damage for being near her.
Oh, okay. Just hold on. Just holding on. Yep, just holding on. Yeah, she's still okay. She's still alive at the moment. Yeah, I guess. So the Vavik is still like stomping on her at this point, right?
I would say that Zukamori is 100% focused on the people that are trying to stomp on her. She's not really concerned with you in the water with her.
Okay. I would like to take the kelp that I have tied around her ankle and like swim down as deep as I can.
You're gonna tie Zukamori to the bottom of the water? Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna take a lot of strength, so that's gonna be another athletics against athletics.
Why do I do this to myself?
Roll a 22.
Can I help?
Yeah, I would say if anybody, I'll let this be a fucking team effort because it's so cool.
I've got an 8-foot tall staff. I can just push her down below the water.
Yeah, if you guys are nearby, you can help. I would say that, I don't know if Vath is with us, but
Almaris is 8'1" as well, so Almaris will help too.
Yeah, so
Give
let's say
more
this. Who has the highest strength?
I would right now because of the potion of Storm
the
Giant strength.
potion.
Right now my strength is 29.
Okay, so, oh my god, are you serious? So let's do this. We'll let you roll it with advantage. But we'll say, even though it's like Ari's turn, and he helps from the top as you pull her down to the bottom, Ari, but you're making a swim.
Ari finds
straight
it.
Was
strength
that
then?
like a dexterity bit of tying it to the rock at the bottom?
Yeah, we'll say it's
Okay.
like a whole.
Alrighty, here we go. So
That's a
that's a
natural
29.
There was a nat 20 in
The
there.
first natural 20 of the game.
Holy cow! Wow! So you, this giant paladin steps up, and I imagine you just palmed a face, just like push her straight in the water like a kid at a community pool. And and she's like,
You are an educator.
between like, your arm pushing her down and Ari's tugging, you manage to like swim to the bottom, Ari, and you find actually at the bottom something rather interesting. There seems to be like all bricks and weights, as if maybe Bhaal has used this before to torture people in a similar way, or had something tied up down here. There's actually a chain at the bottom, as if maybe something used to be tied up down here. If you wanted to try to attach it to her ankle.
Lotion in the basket.
Yeah, so make me, I would say, I'd let you pick sleight of hand, or just a general dexterity.
All right, I'm gonna go with sleight of hand. Come on.
Oh,
17.
That's enough with her, because she's not really paying. She's fighting Elmaris up top. And you guys see, Elmaris, maybe your arm's really long, and Ari's tugging now, but you clamp the like chain around her ankle, locking her to the bottom, and you see her go whoop, as the air kind of releases from her body, and her face is just inches below the surface because she's so tall from the bottom of this pool. And you watch as all of you stand there and watch her drown. Like
Elmaris will just flip her off with his spare hand. Just
yeah, she now stands like floating, just her face showing from the underside in the center of this pool. You see Bhaal stand up and go, "No! No!" As, of course, it's about this time the other two people, the other kind of bad guys in the mix are actively fighting one another. They don't seem to be interested in you, though it is Derek they're going to be dealing with. So that was Ari's actual turn. Bavik, are you still with us?
Yes, I am still here to the best
Okay,
of my
good.
knowledge.
I just lost your. I said just lost your picture, so I can only hear you. So, it is your turn. How do you proceed?
The heavily armored Wergar fell out of the force bubble, right?
He did, and he's diligently treading water as all this is going on, trying not to get caught up in it.
I just go over on the shore of the water and look at him and offer a hand and go, I don't know. No. I extend the hand, pull it back, nah, and then I push him down.
And then you're going to hold him under too? Brilliant. This is like the drowning. So just make me a strength check against his strength. Way better. I rolled a 4.
Oh my. With disadvantage, I have a nat 20 and an 18.
Oh my god. Okay, well,
be the
it doesn't take
18.
much. I imagine that your hand, like, wraps its entire face as you, like, plunk it into and holds it down as it struggles against you, but it cannot quite break free of the hold. It will take one more round for you to, like, keep it under and fully, we'll say, drown it. But it's bleeding out, and it's seeping into the water, just as the crocodile's blood was. Its, fire-driven carcass still laid up on the shoreline. And you're kind of, you guys hear the splashing and the sound of two horrible fiends. And you can see just over this eastern wall that the pillar Derek is standing on is beginning to waver quite a bit. Edward.
Nope.
I'm up towards the northwest corner, aren't I?
You guys are in the northern west corner, correct?
How far am I from the stands with the children on it?
So the wall, I guess I need to put like a number. So the wall itself is pretty deep. You're looking at almost 200 feet up.
Okay.
The kids are looking down in the pit at you.
Then what I'd like to do is try and get over to Derek's pillar and like help him to either another pillar or down to the ground.
Okay, cool. So don't forget the map. If you take a peek at the map, there are also these ropes that are connected around that are just additional like area inside of the map. So you could use those to your advantage. They're about halfway up, so I'd say they're 50 foot down there, Derek. We'll say you actually sneak around the backside, since you're not probably wanting to gain their attention, right?
Yeah.
Edward? Yeah, so we'll say you take kind of the northernmost rim around towards the east, that wall, that eastern wall, as you head towards Derek's pillar. And I would say it takes your full movement action to get there, if not more. You probably only make it to this tree over here.
Okay.
Yep. And you can kind of hide behind the tree. You've gotten close, but you're not quite there.
Okay.
Cool. Do you want to take any action when you get there, like yell anything at him, or you just want to try to stay hidden?
I want to try and stay hidden.
Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and have you roll a stealth then. We'll say that that's your action, is to like get there and find cover. Cool, at a 4. It's a very thin tree. They still haven't
that makes
noticed
it an
you.
11, so.
Okay, an 11. That's actually better than I thought. So you like run up. It's a thin tree, so you like peek out of either side no matter how hard you try. But like just your shoulders, but they haven't really noticed you because they're in combat with one another. Elmaris. You watch as Edward makes this cross.
All right. So I think Zugmoy's still below me in the water a little bit.
Yeah, just her body. I mean, she's like staring up, eyes wide, but she's dead.
Awesome. Oh, she's dead?
Oh yeah, you guys drowned her. She's donezo.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Boop. Oh, I don't know what to do. Who would be close to me right now in terms of enemies?
So, Vatic is holding down the Grey Dwarf, finishing him off. The closest thing to you is going to be to actually cross over to where the action's happening between the Drow and the Fiend.
Okay, yeah, I'll head over there.
Just go, yeah, I was about to say, so you can make the cross. So you do the same thing and kind of follow Edward's trajectory around, unless you're wanting to take them on head on.
No, I'm going to sneak around.
Okay, cool. So roll me a stealth.
Okay. I don't think stealth is good for me.
That's all right.
Okay. And that'll be... Oh, a 4.
So you two, you come over, and it's because you guys are trying to share the same tree. And clearly Edward had like first dibs on it. So you kind of just like, you peek out even more. Again, they haven't noticed you, but you're not, definitely neither of you are well hidden now at this point behind the tree. And it actually becomes Mombar's turn. She's going to make a death save.
You're like half cover.
Ooh.
Oh, Mombar. Not doing so hot. Not doing so hot at all. And it becomes Derek's turn.
Cool. Alright, so, still lying down. The thing hasn't collapsed yet. I don't fancy jumping off this thing. Are the Drow and the Fiend, are they directly below my pillar?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Has the Drow been using magic at all, apart from the Dimension Door?
I would say probably. They've been tossing some light magic. It has at this Fiend, and of course the Fiend is passing magic back.
I am going to drop a ball of silence on them. I'm going to cast silence and target the Drow.
Oh, damn.
The range is 120 feet. So I'm just going to...
Yeah, you definitely can make that. And you guys hear that the squawking and squealing and ripping of flesh and pounding of fists goes silent. Now all you hear is the splashing of a dwarf in the water.
And that is my turn. It's a 20-foot radius sphere, and I centered it on the Drow.
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, and I'll hold... Oh, no, I've used my action. Never mind.
Yeah, they can't cast magic now.
Nothing with a verbal component.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key part there, Chelsea. Nice. It's actually the Drow's turn. It doesn't know what to do, so it brandishes its weapon. Actually, it stops when it realizes that something from above cast magic on it, remembering that you're there. Looks up.
I'm also lying flat. I probably can't see you.
That's true. Looks up, can't see you, but knows that there is something up there, because something just...
Because I kicked it off earlier.
Yeah, that's right. Knows that you're up there. So, it begins to notice the wavering of the tower. And, it looks at the Fiend and is going to try to just begin pounding away with its sword, trying to hack some of the stone. It's probably not going to work very well, but it's going to make a strength just like attack against the stone.
Hacking at stone with a sword. Okay.
Yeah, why not? It's trying to get this thing to fall over. It's trying to weaken it. It's already got like chunks missing. It's just trying to add to it. I remember that scene in Monty Python. Right? Yeah. Why not? What is it? Just a general attack. Yeah, so that definitely hits. I don't know how you couldn't hit a standing building, but whatever.
Just break these.
1d8 plus 4, so 9 points. So it again, a chunk kind of falls out. It's like taking almost like the pommel of the sword, and is bashing away at it. The Fiend picks up on what this Drow's putting down.
Oh, God damn it.
And decides to join it. It has some pretty awesome stuff. It definitely can't do anything like that, but it does have this sword hand, so it too is just going to make an attack against the pillar to try to bring it down.
God damn it, I gave them a common enemy.
Yep, you did it to yourself, friends. You did it to yourself.
The smart.
I can't see any of this either.
High attack. So it doesn't do. I mean, it's again, it's standing still building, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. 7 points. So it too is kind of banging away at it, chipping away, but it doesn't seem to be doing a lot of good. And yeah, the kids are still wailing and squailing, and we start over at the top. Rail.
All right. So I start walking up to the pool, and anyone who's in the vicinity starts watching this still naked, mind you, elf sort of saunter up, laughing hysterically at the drowning dwarf. And he's just going to, as he's laughing, just like with both hands this time, bring his staff down, just bonk the head of the dwarf.
Yeah, so you're holding him down, and you manage to get like a side hit on the temple, and it kind of like knocks it out, which allows the Goliath to finish holding him under. His body begins to. As he managed, he literally gets right next to it, almost too close for comfort, and it does knock the dwarf out, and he his last breath. His body floats to the top of the surface, face down now, as decor on this little pond, along with Zookmoy's face that shows from just beneath the surface. The water now lays still, except for his bobbing body.
I'm just gonna look around at everyone, start slowly like, you guys are great, and that'll be my turn.
Its blood begins to seep out, as if the water is pulling it free of it, filling the water to this red color to match the liquid blood. And something begins to happen. The ground gets that shaky shake feeling again. But this time it's the water itself that seems to be shaking, the pool of water. And it cracks outwards, causing this kind of veining effect in the ground as something seems to potentially be rising from.
Oh God!
Oh my lord!
Something seems to be rising. Oh, all right. How does everybody feel about devils?
Oh, love them.
Do we like them?
Better and better.
Yeah, better. Just more and more. Yeah,
I have
gotta
deals to
find
make.
Okay. Yeah, I think a devil is what I landed on. I was just looking for some quick stats, but I can get there. So something begins to happen as the ground begins to crack open. This kind of sulfur smell, hot steam releases from the ground, and two hands kind of appear from the cracks and actually peel the ground backward. As a devil kind of pries its way out. It wears a strange mask as if maybe part of a cult. You are unsure. Yeah. It has now joined this devil has joined the party. Ari. Oh, wait, no, Rel, did you take your turn?
Yeah, I took my turn. I bonked the dwarf on the head. And...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you helped finish drowning him. Ari, your turn.
Okay, so I think I'm still in the water at the moment.
You are, in fact. I would just say you kind of managed to resurface on your turn as all of this cracking of the ground around you starts to happen.
How is the water reacting to this? Is it like an earthquake and it's starting to get really wavy, or is it like starting to like... Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to get like, it's almost like whatever is coming out is causing some kind of earthquake or rip and tear at some kind of fault line. The water begins to bubble with warmth a little bit. It's definitely not boiling, but it's getting warm. And it is beginning to slosh and kind of sway in its little pond.
I'll be right back, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm going to try and climb onto one of the pillars again.
You want to climb up one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you wanting to do the like walls or the actual pillar? Your pillar?
Ooh. Are the pillars the same height, or are they taller, shorter?
There are going to be shorter ones. The one Derek's on is definitely the tallest. They seem to range anywhere between 50 and 75 feet.
Okay. I am going to climb just like the nearest one that... Actually, wait, is Derek currently surrounded, or is he actually still on the top? Or is
he's on the top of it, and they're at the bottom trying to break down the pillar.
Okay. So... Is that the one to the east? Like the one at the bottom east?
Yep, the big one to the east with the D on it.
Okay. Ari is then going to climb the wall closest to that pillar.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, so you want to hop up the wall. Just make me an athletics to make that climb. We'll say that that'll cover both your exit of the water and the...
Ooh.
Damn. Yeah, like a little spider
Yarn,
monkey.
Jesus is with me today.
Yeah, so, yeah, you managed to, like, and Derek, about that time from your angle, you see Ari crest that wall there to the east.
Cool.
She may have come to you.
We need to work on something together here. We can do this,
We
Derek.
were trying. That was my plan.
Understanding, don't you understand? Yeah, so, so that's Ari's turn. Vavik. Oh, I got your image again.
Yeah. So I've got a devil standing in front of me now, right?
You do, sir. You do.
Cool. This is fun. Now,
the devil, you know, right?
I'm still poisoned from the drow scimitar, right?
I would, yeah, you are.
All right, we're gonna give
actually, no, it lasted only for a minute, so I would say you would be getting close, if not already close to, being over, like, just in the amount of rounds, you've probably made it.
How many rounds has it been?
I have about 5 more rounds to go in order.
We're about to say another 5 or so.
Advantage.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been a minute yet.
Well,
No.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that
still
would, I
tracking
would
my
say.
sanctuary. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So
Alright,
then,
so-
yeah, it's still poisoning you at least for a few more rounds.
Yeah.
So I'm on disadvantage. We're gonna go full monk, so 4 attacks. 15 is the lowest on disadvantage, plus 6 is 21.
Oh, we have double attacks. I forgot.
Yeah, that's
I've
definitely
been making
a
2
hit
stab attacks this
on
whole
this
time.
devil.
Damn.
All right, that will be a 7 points of damage, and please make a Wisdom 13 saving throw for stunning strike.
Ew, hells. Wow. So you walk right up and stun the crap out of it. You hit that pressure point like right in the neck. And it like a devil, which actually has these kind of horns that come out of its head. Probably what most people imagine an actual devil to look like. Yeah. So that's where we're at. It now will lose its next turn, though, which is sad.
It stays stunned until my next turn. The end
Your
of
next
my
turn.
next turn.
Okay,
Ooh,
cool. So
nice.
So Edward.
And because it is stunned, I have an advantage to hit it, but I had disadvantage, so I don't not disadvantage.
So you
to
just
hit
don't
it.
take it. Right. Does anybody else? They all gain advantage while it's stunned, don't they?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Only-
everybody that
I
attacks
got a
the
17. I got a 17 and a 25.
17 doesn't, but 25 does.
Another 8 points of damage.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
And then I am done.
Yeah. You did some damage on him, and he's now, like I said, stunned. So just everybody note that. So and take that to your own. Make sure I get that right. And we move right along to, like I said, Edward.
I'm still going to continue trying to head to the top of Derek's pillar.
Do you want to try to climb it?
It's straight fly.
Oh, that's right.
I've
You're
still got
flying.
the-
So, yeah.
Yep.
So the pillar's pretty high. It's about, what did I say, 100 feet? And you fly at, what, 20 feet? upwards?
My movement's 40 feet.
40.
So that's my fly speed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you move, you do that. You begin to kind of almost at like an angular trajectory, kind of like up towards him. So that would put you, let's just say you make it halfway, which is about where the rope that's connecting them is located.
Okay.
And you watch this happen, Elmaris, as it is now your turn.
All right, wicked. I'm going to approach the drow if I can.
Yeah, it's actively just, it hasn't noticed you really. It's kind of so pommeling the...
Bear in mind, you'll be
so
in the silence if you get up within 20 feet of it.
That's totally okay.
I was gonna say, you can fight in silence.
Yeah, as I approach the drow, Elmaris is going to kiss one of his heavily scarred biceps and point to Bhaal and attack twice with his halberd on the drow.
Oh, the kids in the audience just rage over the flexing of muscles. Let us, roll those. Why not?
Okay, so the first one to hit is a
Whoa!
32.
Crit damage with a nat 20. Yeah. So make sure to roll your damage double.
Okay. So roll it twice.
Yeah, because you crit hit. So you'll roll the first one. Roll it like with your strength and your proficiency. Usually the second one's just double regular damage.
All right. So regular damage will be
2 plus 9, so 11. Roll it again.
Yep. Okay. And that'll be 14 points of damage.
25 points of damage total.
And then he's gonna swing with his halberd again.
Do it.
And hopefully this is good. For 17 points of damage, or 17 to hit.
17 does not hit, but they're also right. You didn't add the proficiency to the first roll for your damage. So, what's your proficiency? 3?
Yeah, 3.
You've got 3 additional. I'm just gonna.
You don't add proficiency to damage rolls. It's just the stat rolls.
Oh, that's right. It's just a stat. But he hit the first time. Did you add it to the last roll? Does that the 12 includes your proficiency?
Yeah.
So that would have.
Yes.
Okay, so we got it right. You got it right. Yeah, so, you missed the second one, but the first one just, like, nails it. Nails it. And, the drow now knows you're there. But it is severely, severely damaged at that much. And because of the battle it's already had with the other fiend, it seems to be bloodied pretty heavily, as if its mortal, coils are showing. And it is now Mombar's turn to make another death saving throw. I'm afraid we're going to lose Mombar of this game, gang.
Start playing temps.
Oh, a 19. Woo. Praise. Yep, so she makes it. She's stabilized, but she will never be the same Mombar. She's kind of gray and black in skin tone. She looks like somebody sucked like a used up Capri Sun, just crinkly and nasty and empty. She's just half the Mombar she used to be.
Don't forget, when she gets ball spawn, it'll be Finbar ball spawn.
It's true. It is so true, Derek.
Oh God, there is really not a lot I can do. I'm out of range of everything. I'm gonna fire at the drow with my crossbow, but I'm gonna remain. Can I stand up, fire, and lie back down, or is that not? Is that too?
I would definitely say. I mean, I would say stand up, lie down is probably technically 2 actions, but if you want to not take the disadvantage.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. Like, if I use half my movement to stand, fire the crossbow, and then go prone again, it's up to you, though, obviously.
Yeah. We'll say you can definitely stand and shoot. I would say the prone is it would be an extra action.
Okay, cool.
Though nobody seems to be shooting long range stuff at this point.
No,
so
that's
probably going to be okay.
So yeah, I'm going to fire my crossbow at the drow. That is a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. That is a serious hit. Yeah.
Bam. And that'll be 8 points of damage, max damage. I'll take that.
Right through. And it does, right in the side, and you see it for the first time waver quite a lot as it goes to catch itself. And it actually catches itself on the pillar that they've been kind of chipping away at. And it begins, you can hear and feel the foundation beginning to slide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's happening. Yeah, it's the Drow's turn, and it is seeing that this thing may fall, and it attempts to escape battle. So anybody that was in range of the Drow that was attacking it will get an attack of opportunity, so take it.
Sweet.
I don't think any of us were.
I wasn't.
That was just
Yes.
Elmaris was the only one, so just go ahead and take that, because it's trying to get out of the way of the potentially falling.
Okay,
Is the fiend
here we
taking
go.
an attacking it?
Oh, yeah,
That
the
is
fiend's
a
gonna take
22 to hit.
I was about to say, the Fiend is probably also going to take an attack of opportunity. That does hit,
When a
Cool.
10 becomes a 22, holy shit.
Yeah.
right? Like,
At 5th level as well. That's insane.
straight up.
Alright. And the damage is going to be 18 points of damage.
Alright, so the Fiend misses, but the 18 points of damage will, in fact, how do you kill the Drow? Damn.
Woo!
As it goes to run away, I go, "Oh, you don't get away that easily, bud." And I grab him by the back of the head, and I just slowly push the tip of my halberd through his neck.
Yeah. You can hear it as it cuts through flesh and bone, and the Drow lays limp as you pull it free, flops to the ground, lifeless. The Drow is now done, but the Fiend now has a new person to attack. And it becomes the Fiend and the Devil's turn. So the Fiend is actually going to make a attack at, come over and do his actual attack at Elmaris, because you are in range, with a 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Oh, that definitely hits. Plus 28 plus 4. So you're gonna a whole 5 points of damage, but yep, you're gonna take an additional 3d10 of necrotic damage. Something about the sword seems to rip your soul from you. All right.
Okay, so
Oh.
That's fun.
ouch.
Yeah, right? It does not like it. And you can see, now that you're closer, that the sword does actually grow, like, out of its hand. It swipes with its full extent of its arm, this time giving kind of, like, some extra structure like you would a greatsword. And we move down to the Devil. Oh, Mr. Devil. The Horned Devil is... Who has it been in contact? It was fighting who? Who attacked it?
He's stunned.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't do anything. It just looks like a goon. Just stands there doing nothing. It doesn't do anything. So the Devil loses its turn to stunned. You can see the look in its eye of like, fierce anger. And it is Rael's turn.
All right. I'm going to walk up to the opposite side of the tower that Derek is on top of.
Okay.
Can I see Derek?
Standing,
yeah,
so-
he's standing, so this time you can.
What is he wearing in terms of armor?
You can't really tell because I've got a big pink dress over the top of it all.
That is true. Maybe from the bulges.
Yeah, I'm
probably
wearing
some kind of real armor, like at least
I believe
plate,
it's
right?
chain. I think it's
is it chain?
I can't remember. It's written down here somewhere. It hasn't come
I would
up.
say, I was about to say chain. He probably is wearing
Yeah.
chainmail.
I think it's chain.
Ooh, okay. I pat my biceps a little bit. I bring him up and I look up to him and I say, "Jump!" And I just ready my action to. Oh,
Catch him.
No.
You ready to
you're
action?
gonna fall.
Oh, also you're in silence still because you're near the drow.
No, that's Elmaris. He stepped back.
I,
Oh, you're right. You're right.
yeah, I'm like on the opposite side. So,
I was about to say, he went in
yeah.
like, yeah.
No,
Yeah, so
yeah,
he's
totally right.
good. So
well,
you
you're
hear
gonna
him.
fall.
Yeah.
So-
Oh. Can I do this now or it has to be on my turn?
I would say it has to be on your turn. He does call up and readies it. So as soon as you take that action, he'll be able to take the action to catch you.
Okay.
So I'll just keep an eye out and ready my arms to try and catch him if he decides to jump.
I love that. Okay, cool. That makes it Ari's turn.
Okay. So at this point, Ari's on the top of the wall. And are they still at the bottom? Like, Derek's still on his pillar overall, yeah? You're still on...
Mm-hmm. So there's a fiend, a flying fiend at the base of his pillar, which is the one in the kind of like southeastern corner. And then there is a devil that has appeared near the most western wall on the interior near the water. That's where the devil stands, and that's where you are.
Okay. You know what? Screw it. I want to skydive with my blades out onto the top of this devil.
Do it. Okay, Queen. Make it so. What I'm gonna need is an athletics for like just the general jump, and then we'll take, or you can do an acrobatics if you want to like flip or something to make it acrobatic like, and then we'll take the actual
Yeah, I'll
attacks.
do that.
Let's do the acrobatics
I'll
first.
do that. We'll add the Ari flair.
Mm-hmm.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you get the jump, but go ahead and make the attack, because I mean, you're still gonna get to attack him. It just may not be. Yeah, that's true too.
Advantage too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice stunned.
Yep, it's stunned. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So at a 19, yeah, you hit for sure. You guys, you watch, she jumps, and it is just not graceful at all. Like, I don't know if you're wearing heels or something, but you like slip off the edge, your boot like slips off the edge, and you're like, but in your fall, like you manage to like break your blades down. It's back. You do manage to actually hit it. So roll damage.
10.
And that was only
Nice.
for one blade. Or are you doing double blades?
Double blades. 2 daggers.
Yep. So I was about to say you're gonna need to roll again with advantage.
Okay. And that's 1d6. Is it for that?
For your daggers, it'll be a D4 plus whatever your dexterity is, but I need you to roll for a second attack because you're doing 2 daggers, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so just roll
Yes.
the flat D20 plus 2 again with advantage.
Okay. Okay, d20.
Roll it one more time. Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
20
20.
crit
Nice.
damage, holy
Two.
shit.
Nat 20.
Yeah, so I believe
All right.
the dagger is 1d4 plus your dexterity and your proficiency. So 3 plus whatever your
Wow.
dex modifier is. You're rogue, right?
Okay. Yes.
Is that
Okay,
sneak attack? 'Cause
so...
you have advantage.
There's nobody else around it. There's nobody else attacking it, right? Oh yeah, Goliath is. You do get sneak attack.
Oh,
So you're level 5,
cool.
so you get, what, 3 d6 on top of this damage? So start by rolling the first one, 1d4 plus your dex and your proficiency.
okay, so... my dex is +3.
And 3, so 6 and 8.
Yeah,
Nice,
right.
remember.
Proficiency is also +3.
And then, well, that was the first attack. The second attack is crit, so roll
Oh, sorry.
it twice, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
gotcha.
you're good. She actually gets 3 of them, which is pretty sweet. So 3.
Okay, so that's
and-
then +3.
Okay, 6, so that's a 9. This time we're not going to do it with the proficiency, so roll the double, so just your dex. D4 plus dex.
Okay. That's
How many
still
dexes?
+3 for my dex.
5. Damn, so 13. That puts us at 22 points of damage from Ari on this horned devil. Ooh.
Nice.
Dang. Dang.
Did you get your sneak attack damage?
Yeah. Oh, no. Roll 3d6. I'm
Oh,
so glad you reminded me of that. I almost forgot it.
thank you.
For another 11 points of damage, totaling 33 points of damage on that round for Ari. Dang, that was killer. All right, Ari. Bavik, you two are watching this happen. It looks like Ari put quite a hurting on this devil.
Yes, but I also have a demon to my right?
That is the demon. The horned devil that arose is the demon you were attacking. The other demon is across like the arena. He's elsewhere. That's the fiend. There are only 2 critters left in the battle arena so far. Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
It does not. You get a second attack, right? Oh, and don't forget it's advantage.
Well, I'm disadvantaged.
Oh, you're disadvantaged. That's right.
None of my attacks hit.
Oh, you try, and it's just not quite enough. The good news is
the highest I rolled was a 10 out of all 4 of them.
Oh my gosh, we gotta get you some new dice. That's okay. The good news is your being there helps Ari maintain her sneak attack damage. So either way, it is a good thing you're there. Edward, you're over on the southwestern or southeastern corner with the fiend, correct?
No, I'm halfway up Derek's tower.
Oh, that's right. You're flying towards Derek.
I'm flying.
Yep. And you're gonna finish the ascent.
Yep. And that should put me at the top of the tower?
It sure does. Derek, about this time, this half-elf monk, like, ploop, ploop, steps right onto your platform with you. He has flown up to your rescue.
Yep. I ask if you need a lift.
Does he seem like he's gonna double-cross me? Is he gonna pick me up and then drop me off the tower?
Roll an insight.
Insight +7. Oh god, that's a what's
You're pretty
11.
sure
11.
everybody here is trying to kill you, Derek.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hold an action, did I? I think I'm just gonna wait this one out. Actually, this tower. If the tower goes, the tower goes.
It begins to slide again. You feel it now, Edward, too, as it's beginning to rock and sway. Elmaris.
All right. Elmaris is going to touch the center of his chest and use all 25 points of his lay on hands.
Oh, nice. Keeping you in the battle.
And that brings me up to a pretty decent amount. That'd be and since I can make 2 attacks, would I be able to make a single attack, even though...
I would say probably 1. You wouldn't get to make both of them with the heal.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll just try to make 1 single attack then.
Yeah, go ahead.
And go for broke on this fiend. And that'll be a 13.
No. It's okay. You managed to heal yourself, but it was the rush of 25 points of health back to you was more than you could handle trying to get your sword or your hands back in play, and you didn't get your hit off. Mombar is stable, though she is, at like 1 hit point, kind of laying over there in crispy fried state. Derek.
Okay, so I've got this flying half elf who I don't know standing on the pillar. And the fiend still at the bottom, is that right?
Mm-hmm, correct.
And the other elf shouting to me from the ground to jump.
To make the jump.
Is that about where I'm at?
Everybody's here to save the damsel in distress, Thomas Derek.
Can I make another insight check and see if anyone is actually kind of sincere? Because I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, you can totally make the...
Oh no, so... Everyone's trying to kill me. I am going to...
You're still convinced everyone is trying to kill you.
And I'm going to take the dodge action.
And dodge...
Just so, until the start of my next turn, any attack roll made against me has disadvantage if I can see the attacker.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're just like, you're almost holding post, really. And you're like, no! Yeah. Don't attack me. Okay. Well... And
Sanctuary still up as well.
That's right, you do have Sanctuary up. It is about this time that the pillar, you guys hear it kind of cracking. Stone begins to fall away, and the whole thing begins to... And it looks like it's going to be falling into the center of the rink. Kind of towards the south, edge of that wall. And I'm going to need... I guess, Edward, you're technically flying, or did you actually touch down?
I'd be hovering.
You'd be hovering. Okay,
Just
so you're gonna be
ever
good.
slightly
The
up.
ground. I was about to say the ground lets out from underneath you, Derek. The ground is now falling. You're literally falling. So I'm gonna allow you to take a reaction.
So we're falling towards the southern wall, you said?
Oh, you're falling actually westward. Towards the southern tip of that east wall.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So do I think, because it's a 100-foot tower, right?
It is.
Could I don't know how far it is from the tower to the pool, could I try and jump off into the pool as it tilts over?
You won't make the pool, but you'd make that wall.
Can I try and parkour to that wall?
Hell yeah. Let's, why not? Make the athletics to kind of make the jump as it falls, yeah.
Cool. I will take athletics all day. Let's see. That is an 8. God damn it.
I would say near that area would be Ari, because down there is kind of where the fiend and everything, I mean the devil and everything is. And who else was down there? Somebody else was down there. Amaris, right? With your arms out?
No, that was me.
That was you. Oh, it was. Okay, it was Rail. So you're there and you see this happening. I would say you could even take a reaction to move with him if you wanted to try to catch him as he falls. So I'm going to let you make a dexterity, Rail.
Hey,
all right.
Could I take it?
Because he's going to fall.
Okay. So this is flat dexterity or acrobatics?
I would say dexterity because you're actually trying to get to him to put your body underneath him. Edward, were you saying something?
I was gonna say, could I take a reaction and try and like grab him by the scruff of his clothes as he starts to fall?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you see that he's not gonna make it. So I'm gonna let both of you make a dexterity. That way, if Edward doesn't make it, Rael also has a dex in play.
Oh,
so
I got a 10.
And oh my god!
3 and no, that's just a 7. So
nobody did to grab Derek. I would say, Derek, you're still gonna you go tumbling to the ground with this thing. You try to dive off. You are not as far up, so you don't take near as much damage. So I'm gonna cut it down, obviously.
Cool. Appreciate that.
You fall about 40 feet, and you take about 4d6 worth of damage
I can deal with that.
as you kind of come down right next to this horned devil and Ari. All of this comes tumbling down. Dust goes everywhere. The kids stand up in this moment. And as all of you are kind of limping and holding bits and parts and pieces in this battle that you have really held your own in, Bhaal stands up and begins to clap. And all the kids begin to follow suit. The audience begins clapping together, and he hushes for silence.
I was going to bow.
Dareth will curtsy.
They have put on a great show, have they not, children? And the kids are like, yeah! Everybody's like very excited, their jagged teeth showing. And he says, unfortunately, the time is now. I really expected to kill all of you much sooner, but, well, you seem to be smarter and a little bit more dexterous than I planned. Let's see how you do. Say that again.
I said,
Mommy.
We endure.
You have endured. It has
It's
impressed
the way
me.
we'll make it.
You
So
have
you're
endured
telling
so
me
much, in
this
fact.
isn't a bad dream?
Oh, silly elf. Of course not. Your soul belongs to me. Think about it.
I need
What was
that.
the last thing you remember?
Hey, I was using that.
He thinks for a moment. He remembers waking up with a sword in his chest and then promptly dying. And he's like, oh, can I have that back?
No, I'm sorry. It does, in fact, belong to me. And he says, but
And
it is
if I
time.
can have it.
No more talking, fighting. I am ready to ascend back to the mortal realm. Finbar, I know you're running around down there somewhere. I will find you. Let's see. Shall we, children? To the sacrifice? The kids are like, yeah! Bhaal claps his hand, and the ground around you begins to rumble again. The cracks that started near the water, just expand at a rapid pace. The ground begins to fall out from underneath you like crumbling sand as all of you fall into blackness from the arena that you were in. The fiend goes with you. And you can see Bhaal reaches out, almost like Darth Vader, I guess you could say, and begins to crush it. And we end up actually in a new location. Dark when you guys finally land and hit your feet. A dim light radiates from the ground around, and you begin to look, and it looks like you're standing on some kind of giant platform that leads to a one below it and one below it, as if you're standing in this giant kind of maze of staircases. At the top major platform where they all kind of coincide, there seems to be 6 of them. There are 6 giant portals. It's all you can call them, maybe a wormhole if you have any kind of scientific knowledge or background, but these teleportation portals. And as you guys arrive at the base of this giant flight of stairs that lead up to one of them, the Bhaal spawn, these children and toddlers, are actively pouring through the portals to whatever the other side is. The kids are like, ah! And they're just pouring through by the hordes. Bhaal stands in the center of all of this. The edges drop off into black nothing. And he says, the time is now. I have decided to let each of you live. Choose your portal. Go back to the mortal realm. I dare you.
What would happen if we went through any of these portals?
Well, it would, of course, deliver you somewhere.
Somewhere good? Or just anywhere in the world?
It may deliver you a few different places. One of them leads to Barovia. One of them to Waterdeep. One of them to the Underdark. I have a special one that leads straight to Xanathar's lair.
I don't know any of these people.
Ulmaris is going to look up at Bhaal and walk towards the nearest portal, and just as he's walking through, he's going to say, "You're a piece of shit. You're 10-ply, bud," and just walk through the portal.
You pick one and you just like blump through, and he says, "Now that is a true
fucking 10-ply, blood."
I love it. Yeah, he's like, "Now that is a true adventurer. Never afraid. Scared. I do wish him the best." As he passes to the ethereal plane. And he looks at it, the one next to him on the right. There are more portals. Please choose.
Fine then.
Is
Dara's gonna walk
Finbar with us?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. At not this one. I go this one over here.
Goliath picks one and points, and Bhaal watches as it takes you. Actually, the stairs seem to be the right size for a Goliath. They're giant and huge. And you take them in stride up to the top. It takes him, a couple 30, 45 seconds, and you pass through into a totally different portal. Out to the other side, and Bhaal says, "My, this is fun, isn't it? Just a game of chance. You want your life back. But you don't know where you're going to end up."
Doing his best impression of the Furbolg that he's got a little bit of a crush on, Derek's going to say, "Give your fucking balls to tug, shirt sucker," and just fall backwards into one of the portals.
Whoop, whoop, and you fall right back into another portal. And Bhaal goes, "Well, you all seem to have very dirty mouths. Did I miss something?" And he's like, "No matter. Kids, babies, toddlers are still pouring out into these realms. His Bhaal spawn are actively exiting this realm." And he says, "Ari, as for your question, of course Finbar is here. He slithers about in his invisibility." And he points over there into an empty space, and he's like, "I see you, Finbar. But no worry. You will stay here. I will go back in your stead.
What?
Well, of course that was the plan. I tried a mortal life and rose to godhood, and now I think I want to die. A real mortal life. So I've taken Finbar's. He can stay here, though, and rot away in eternity. No big.
Wouldn't that leave him a soulless husk, or would he become a god?
Oh, Finbar could never be a god. Maybe in his own mind.
I want to fly straight up to Bhaal, try and slap him, and turn my back and go to a different portal.
Well, let's do the slap. He is going to make a dex. He is also a god. Oh, he doesn't do too terribly well. At a 15, I'm going to have you also make the attack for the slap, which is just a basic strength.
8. Flat 8.
8, flat 8. How much?
It's a flat 8. There, I don't have a modifier for this.
You come up for the slap, and he dodges you. It's kind of awkward between the both of you. Neither of us rolled very well, but he does miss, and he says, "Tisk tisk. So much violence to Bhaal. All I want to do is live a normal life." As he watches you fly off and bloop into another portal. This excites me. So much I don't know. The last time I came into power, it was not like this one. I'm excited to see what lies for me on the other side.
I look up at him and I say, well, okay, since we'll be going here and technically getting our souls back, I have another question. Do you have any ale?
Ale? What a mortal request. How about this? That portal up there, and he kind of points way across the way. And he says, that portal there, that will lead you to ale. Insight check this motherfucker. Everybody's getting licks off on Bhaal. Right? If you want to make a hit on Bhaal, like if you would like to attack him in any way, just roll the attack for me. No, insight. Oh, you're rolling insight on him. Oh, yeah, I thought you said you wanted to smack him. See if it's really ale. Roll an insight. What is insight? Wisdom or intelligence? I believe it's insight's actually wisdom. Based on wisdom. Yeah, it's not. It is wisdom. Okay. All right. There's no modifier then. Okay. 15. At a 15. I mean, it's hard to read the god of murder, but he does seem to be telling the truth at least. There is ale behind that portal, though how to acquire it and where it will drop you where that ale is, now that is a whole other question. Shrug is like, all right. And then I give him like, and I just saunter on through the portal. Still naked. Yeah, you saunter naked as a jaybird through the portal to the other side. You guys watch as he too, Rail disappears into this blackness. Bhaal says, well, just you, Ari. Oh, and Finbar, of course.
So, Finbar's stuck here, you come out, and that's still a win for everyone?
I don't know. It would be interesting to have both of us there, now wouldn't it? A yin and yang, a good and bad. Finbar roaming the countryside.
I personally think it sounds a lot more intriguing. That way, there'll be conflicting stories throughout the land of the infamous Finbard. It'll be great. It'll be a fun time. That way, I still get my Finbar. You still get to cause chaos. It'll be a laugh. It'll be a laugh.
It's true. The ritual is already done. I am to be reborn when I walk through that portal.
Can't stop that.
Finbar. And he kind of wasps his hand, and a few of the final like toddlers attack something invisible, like claps the back of it, and it wrangles, and they drag him, Finbar, up nearby. He's saying Finbar-esque type things, and Bhaal says, yes, go ahead, push him through. And the toddler's like the portal right next to him. They push him through, toddler's riding Finbar's back to the other side. And Bhaal puts his hand down and he says, come, Ari. It seems that you are, in fact, the last adventurer standing.
Shall we?
I think we shall. And Bhaal walks hand in hand with Ari through the portal to the other side. All of you, as you exit through your portals, end up in some kind of darkness. You pass for a long time in kind of a cold, ethereal place as your soul tries to find a mortal, literally a mortal shell back in this place, in this realm. And as you come to, each of you are in kind of a different place. Rael, it seems that you might actually be at the yawning portal. Plenty of ale to be had. Edward, you pass through to something much darker. As you come out the other side, the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. You look across a dark purple sky up at a giant castle that is lit in silhouette by the cracking of a bolt of lightning. Omeris, you have passed through into something much brighter and lighter, to an ethereal plane, and you find yourself on the deck of a ship. A metal ship. A flying metal ship. The Goliath passed through into a whole different place. Somewhere much more wet and moist. There's moisture in the air. The plant and greenery around you creates a giant canopy, and you hear a thud of giant footsteps. Maybe you're in Colt. Maybe you've made it to Colt. Derek, Bhaal had special plans for you, and he made sure that when you passed through to the other side, that you were left in the only place he knew he could torture you for eternity, and that was passing through the Underdark. You sit in a dark, damp cave staring at the face of a sleeping spider. Any motion that you would make would in fact wake it. Now, Ari, you feel the hand of Bhaal change from cold, dead lifelessness to something warm as each of you come into being. But something happens. It changes, it rips you apart. You find your mortal form again. And we actually cut to the sound of somebody going, wake up, Finbar. Wake up, Finbar, you passed out. Mr. Finbar, wake up. Wake up. And you two look, Ari, and you're standing in some kind of medical facility. There's an unknown woman laid out on a table. Maybe somebody Finbar knows. She would be quite beautiful, except she seems to be in labor, or was. And the nurse helps pick the real Finbar up off the ground. And she says, sir, your father. And she passes a baby off to Finbar. You watch in this moment as he holds a child that inevitably looks like Ari and Finbar, a mixture of the both of you. Maybe, not really sure, but his eyes glow a deep red. The great Bhaal, the Lord of Murder, has been reborn as the spawn of Finbar. And that is the end of the Trials of Bhaal. Finbar now has a baby!
Baby
We did it, crew! What did I do? I broke everything!
Fin baby.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, chat's blowing up. They're all the baby faces. So you guys have fun with that. It seems that Mombar did, in fact, get left back in her task to save Finbar, but Finbar now has a child. He is the father of Bhaal himself, who has found his mortal form.
Whoops, with the Mombar.
Moppy! So, Finball. Baalbar. Okay, so we're going to go around to cast and crew. For all of you that have been here and watched the Trials of Bhaal, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But let's start with Madame Gandalf, who of course was one of our regular cast members. Why don't you, I don't know, it's the end of the season, so tell us how you felt about the Trials of Bhaal and where we can find you online.
Lordy, the Trials of Bhaal, just ridiculously fun. You really had no idea what was going to like happen next. For lack of a better words, the ball was completely in your court the whole time, and yeah, and. Yeah, just I loved all the crazy scenarios we went through, all the different puzzles as well as like fights. The trials and tribulations were just fantastic. It was a really, really fun campaign, and yourself as a dungeon master, you bring so much like energy and motivation, like light to it that yeah, it makes it really come alive. So thank you so much. It's been really, really fun. And yeah, so my name is Madam Gandalf. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I do cooking, painting, singing, a variety of different games. Right now we're playing Chrono Trigger. And we also do D&D on Wednesdays set in the Witcher world. So yeah, come on by the Green Dragon and have a drink on me.
Hey, that sounds. I'll be there for that. I'm down for a drink on you. Thanks, baby. It was a pleasure, of course, as always, to play with you. This is my second season playing with you, and it is just a ray of sunshine. I just love it. All right, and of course, our other regular cast member, Pangalactic. How you did it? You kind of survived. Oh wait, you're muted.
Hey, I'm not muted anymore. Yeah, this has been amazingly fun. This has been my first season on Encounter Roleplay, and I've loved it. And if next season anything like this, it's going to be fucking incredible. The variety of adventures that we've done, that you've run, that you've put together has just been amazing. It's been so much fun every week. And I think that's a very fitting end for Derek as well. All he ever does is endure, and now he has to endure some more. It's great.
He's got to escape the Underdark.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. My name is Pangalactic. I run a D&D website called Loot the Room, and I do loads of other stuff like music and maps and art and stuff like that. And I'll drop some links in chat. You can go find my shit there.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, go find his stuff. He does. I love Pangalactic's writing. He does good stuff. So get on that. And let's hit up the lucky four that have literally not been in this campaign yet, but had the pleasure of getting to close it out. So let's start with Anthony. Anthony, what do you feel about today, and where can we find you online?
It was great. This was a lot of fun, and Ravenloft's one of my favorite settings, so ending up in Barovia is wonderfully fitting for me. I hang out on Twitter a lot at Anthony Tift. Run a website, wyvernswing.com. I'm doing editing for a podcast that'll be launching in September. So try and keep busy.
I see that. Well, very cool. Yeah, check that out so that we don't miss when that podcast release. Very, very cool. And JW Ross.
Hello. Yeah, that was a blast. I haven't had that much fun as a player playing Dungeons and Dragons in a very long time, so thank you for that.
Well, that's good to hear, because it was a giant combat, so I'm glad you guys stuck with me.
Well, yeah, Omeris was actually a pit fighter, so the whole arena fight was perfectly fitted for him, so yeah, that was awesome. And yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter, the same name, Ross, 3 S's, and you can also find me on YouTube on the Mimics and Monstrosities YouTube channel. We're running a weekly Eldritch horror campaign using 5th edition, and I play that with 4 awesome people named Kate, Sam, Cody, and someone called Jacko Buddy on Twitter. Some people know him pretty well. And yeah, we do that we record that every Wednesdays and put them out Friday mornings at 10 a.m. So yeah.
Yep. Perfect. Very cool. Lots of stuff to check out. Man, we got a busy group. And Technomatic, I am so stoked you were here today.
Yeah, I was very happy to finally have gotten in. A long time lurker of Encounter Roleplay and watching people grow up over the last couple of years. See, I've been doing this for a minute. And anyway, my name is Techno. I just completed 400 miles of the Appalachian Trail, and now I'm back here trying to get my writing going and photography and some other odds and ends. You can find me on Instagram as Technonomadic. I'm on YouTube as Techno Nomadic and Twitter is Techno_Nomadic. And stay tuned because I got a lot of stuff coming up.
Oh yeah, and I can't wait. I mean, your whole perspective on life, I'm sure, is different after having done something like that. So I can't wait to see what you're bringing to the table now. And last but certainly not least, Agent Wow.
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. You're not gonna get much from it, but I'm Agent Wow 1. I don't really post anything. I just look at funny pictures. If you want to hit me up with Discord, it's Agent Watson with a space. But other than that, I'm pretty simple. I do my own D&D where I'm the DM. And if anyone's watching you from the Elemental Calamity, hello. Also, anyone from other campaigns, thank you for watching, and thank you all for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you were here. Oh, were you the one that? Okay, so I get so many messages and stuff, and somebody would say that they weren't going to make it. I was like, please, I want everybody to be here for this. So awesome. Well, thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you, audience, for showing up. Once again, hit up the ERP sponsors. I am Little Red Dot. I was the DM for this season of the Trials of Bhaal. I will not be back next season to do another round of the viewer game. I think you guys have another incredible DM coming in, no doubt. It will not be the last that you've seen of me. Do not fret. But I was going to say, but I am doing so much crazy stuff. There are tons of places you can check me out. You can follow me on Twitter to keep up with my regular schedule, as well as my Twitch channel, which I will be launching a lot more tabletop on my own channel as of actually ASAP. So I'm going to be playing a lot of Fate Core. So if you're into Fate or want to learn how to run Fate, I will be doing a lot of info sessions on it and learning that game. And I'll be joining a few other streams. So I'm actually going to be over on Unmade Gaming for a little bit. I'm going to be DMing a game over on Greyhawk's channel through the fall and into the winter. So you can check me out there as well if you dig my DMing style. So lots of places that you can check me out. And the easiest one is if you go to my Twitter, you can get my Discord link. Discord is where I hang out all day. I chat with tons of cool people. Some of them right here in the ERP chat. We talk all kinds of crazy stuff. I've got even a place you can just come post pictures of your critters because everybody loves their animals. So show me your fur babies. Come hang out with me. But I want to thank ERP so much for letting me bring this ridiculous idea. Even at the end of last scene, I was like, so Will, don't hate me, but I'm going to kill Finbar. Okay? Trust me. Just trust me, I'm gonna kill Finbar. And so Will's always just so amenable to my ridiculous big ideas, and the viewer game is such a great thing. I mean, it's where I started and got into tabletop, online tabletop RPG. Even though I'd been playing, IRL for such a long time, but, Encounter Roleplay does good stuff. So know that I will be lurking next season in chat on and off, though I am not rolling dice here. Does not mean that I'm not the biggest cheerleader for this channel and what they do. So, that's where you can catch me. Thank you all so, so much for showing up, for being here. This is, I think, the end of the season. You have another show tonight. I'm not 100% sure, but thank you all so, so very much. And of course, when you go out and flourish into the world, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And don't roll too many nat ones, because we want to be there laughing when you do. Thanks for turning out, gang. Bye.
Bye-bye.